can be the best even at bad times. I miss you, you miss me. Oh my gosh, all my friends. All my friends, all my friends, yeah. All my friends, yeah. I miss you, you miss me. Oh my gosh, all my friends. I know that you are my friend. We can be the best even at bad times. I miss you, you miss me. Oh my gosh, all my friends. All my friends, yeah. All my friends, yeah. I miss you, you miss me. Oh my gosh, all my friends. I know that you are my friend. We can be the best even at bad times. I miss you, you miss me. Oh my gosh, all my friends. All my friends, yeah. All my friends, yeah. I miss you, you miss me. Oh my gosh, all my friends. I know that you are my friend. We can be the best even at bad times. I miss you, you miss me. Oh my gosh, all my friends.
Hey.
All my friends, yeah. All my friends, yeah. I miss you, you miss me. Oh my gosh, all my friends.
All my friends, yeah. Hey, turning up.
I know that you are my friend. We can be the best even at bad times. I miss you, you miss me. Oh my gosh, all my friends. All my friends, yeah. All my friends, yeah. I miss you, you miss me. Oh my gosh, all my friends.
All my friends. Walk one, everybody. Walk one. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Thank you for joining the show today. This is All My Friends, you know what I'm saying? This is a platform where I come and we talk about things that I only will talk about with my friends. You know, something that most people would get more offensive about, make more arguments about, but not my friends. You know, not all my friends. You know, they're great. They we have more people probably come into the show today. The topic today is crime and justice. That's what we're doing. We're doing crime. We're doing justice. We're talking about that. First, I'm going to go ahead and start off with my shout outs. We're going to shout out to StreamYard. Thank you for having this platform for me to be able to do this and spread love to the world. I'm going to give a shout out to Facebook. Thank you, Facebook, because Facebook definitely has my people watching me on my personal Facebook. Shout out to my Facebook friends and stuff. Thank y'all for being supportive and being on my show. Also, YouTube, where we go to. If you want to ever go see my YouTube channel, you can go into YouTube and you can search TLK TV and you will see something like up there in the corner. It will look like that, a TV with TLK TV on it. You would be able to see. Please go like, please go subscribe. We need all the support we need and to get. Please go out and subscribe. We have great shows on there. Not just All My Friends, there's multiple shows that we also do on there. Also, we're streaming live on Twitch, and I finally got my Twitch together, y'all. So my videos are gonna be favored on Twitch. I'm so happy. Because at first I did not know what was going on with that. Please forgive me, y'all. I was in a meeting before this. I was trying to get myself situated. I'm supposed to have a shirt on, y'all, but we're just gonna raw dog a day without the shirt today. How about that one? Starting off today, like I said, we're talking about crime and justice. I just want to say, of course, we have our issues with the crimes and justice and the police and all that stuff, and a lot of people have a lot of things to say. At the end of the day, they're the main objective of police and stuff, protecting people and stuff like that. I appreciate the hard work that they do at this time. I know it's hard because y'all have so many corruptions inside of y'all jurisdictions. It's not every police officer. I get that. This is not a target against y'all. This is not something that we are doing to make a issue with. We have another guest coming in. How you doing? Hey, girl.
What's up?
Hey, DJ.
How you doing? I was
Hey.
over here doing my disclosure to the people who are in the crime, the lawyers, the what's the name. This is not nothing that's targeting them or making them feel like we don't respect the fact that we need y'all at times. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes it's just stuff that they do that we don't agree with.
Mm-hmm.
Get on that. Is there been any type of situation with any law enforcement that y'all felt like was uncalled for or unnecessary?
I mean, if we go down memory lane, we gonna be here all day long talking about all the
2 hours.
injustices that was done. But uh man, I will have to say the biggest one that's kind of like sparked like well, okay, I want to say it opened people's eyes, but it had to make them have to stop ignoring the police brutality was Trayvon Martin, um, uh, who else? The BLM movement. There was just so much because to this day I still haven't seen the video of the man that they had put their knee to his neck.
Oh, the I can't breathe movement.
Yes,
Oh yeah,
because
I think it was definitely
I don't think I can even imagine I can see that. I don't think I can see that. That would just scar me just by
yeah
watching it.
yeah.
Because
Honestly, I mean, it was hard to see. Definitely was hard to see people.
because
You haven't
I
had any
heard that he said their dad he was calling for his mother and then and I just hear like I'm like it's not like I'm a mom, Priscilla, you a mom. Like, I can just imagine so my baby calling for his mom for me. I'm like, no, see, no, that's just gonna break my heart. I can't do it.
Yeah, definitely. Have you ever had anything personally happen to you that was unfair?
No, to me, by the grace of God, I have not had any bad run-ins with the police. I am one of the very fortunate ones.
Okay, well, I mean that's a good thing.
Besides
That's
my father, besides one time my father, we had went to go visit him in New York, and the police had pulled him over something that was a misunderstanding. That was not his fault, but it was still a kind of scary moment because I was still like a kid, and I was seeing my dad get put into a police car. So other than
mm,
that, like
okay, okay. I mean, so what about you, Priscilla? I know you over there munching down.
chugging that water for life.
Yes, get your water in. But no, yes, I have been in situations like it's kind of funny, but I was on 85. It was pretty dark. I had 5 grams on me, and so I gave it to him, because I didn't have drama. And the thing that hurt me the most about that first reaction with him opens it. The wind just took everything away. And he said, I'm going to go warning. So I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I mean, what are you
What's
gonna take
social
with you?
evidence?
I mean,
Like,
can you possibly give me a ticket for something that just blew away? Are you gonna go catch it and find all the particles? You ain't doing me a favor, nigga. You helping yourself out.
yeah. So I'm like, my heart was broken, but okay. So that was like the first one. A couple of times I've been stopped on the road and really rude, asking me to get out my car or where was I going, and like telling me that I'll fit the description of a
Oh,
white person, and I'm not white. I don't know, for some reason I had a conversation about this with somebody else, but it's a different topic. Anyway, so I tell her I'm not white. I need to come out of my car. I said, no, I'll show you my license. I'm not getting out of my car. Like, I know my rights. It's kind of scary as soon as you get out the car. Like, and
Hmm.
how big I am, how tall I am. So you already know it's not gonna work out. He's probably gonna just pick me up and drop me in his car. So no, um, I don't remember what I said because I was so pissed off in that moment. I remember him not even looking at my license. And he decides, he goes, okay, gives it back to me. He gets a call, and then he just walks away. I'm like, okay. Now this other incident happened when I was taking when I used to live in Winder. Took my brother to school, came back. I did a full complete stop. You know, it's 3 seconds, left, right,
Mm-hmm.
and then you drive your car. Not drive your car in the 3rd second. You drive your car after the 3rd second, right? That's
Mm-hmm.
if you have a speeding, a stop ticket, whatever. So, anyways, all of a sudden I see lights behind me. I literally just moved my car away from the stop sign. I see the cop. I moved my car to the side where the park was. Comes out the car, and he was like, "You know what you just did?" I said, "No, sir." He was like, "You just ran that stop sign." I was like, "What?" No, I did not. In my head, I was like, "Fuck, I did not." I was like, "No, sir, I did not." I said, "I waited a full complete 3 seconds before I moved my car." He was like, "Oh, you know about 3 seconds?" And I said, "Yes." He was like, "Let me see your license and registration." I gave him my license, and he was gonna say something funny. I just knew. I don't remember what he said, but all of a sudden, this truck on the other side of the road next to us pulls up, and he stops. The cop turns around, looks at the truck, walks to the truck. 5 minutes. It had to be 5 minutes because I was getting so heated up. I need to go home. Like, I'm tired. Da, da, da. I was working 3rd shift. Comes up to me. He goes, "Here's a warning." He's like, "Don't you ever run that stop sign ever again." I said, "I never ran a stop sign." I leave. He goes and talks to the truck. He didn't even look at my license. 2 stop signs before I got home. Same cop car. Pulls me over. There's a school right, the 2 stop signs in front of where I used to live. I pull into the school parking lot. I'm like, "Oh my God, what is it now?" He was like, "I'm gonna need you to step out your car." He was like, "I smell drugs on you." I'm like, "What? You smell drugs on me?" I'm like, "Oh my God, seriously?" I'm like, "What the heck is going on?" I was like, "I'm not stepping out my car." I was like, "I do not have any drugs on me." I was like, "I have weapons on me? I have nothing on me." And at the point, I just started rambling. And he was like, "I'm gonna need you to step out your car." I said, "I'm not stepping out my car." I was like, I'm gonna call somebody. I was like, I need to call somebody. I need someone to come out here because I don't feel safe. And then
Right.
I wasn't even thinking about recording or nothing. I just started rambling the whole time. I was,
Mm-hmm.
all these words coming out. I was like, "No, no, no. I need somebody. I need somebody." Da, da, da. And he got so frustrated. I don't know what he did, but he just got in his truck and he left. I was like, "What the hell?" My heart's pounding. I get home. I'm talking to my mom. I'm like, I'm flipping out. My mom's like, did you get his badge number or anything or his name? I'm like, no, I was flipping out the whole freaking time. Like, I didn't know how to be calm, but now I do. So my mom's like, our lawyer, I mean, no, our landlord is the ex sheriff that used to work in this department, I can give him a call and we can find out who stopped you and, talk to them about, what happened. I was like, "Oh yeah, let's do that." So my mom did her part, whatever. They got a warning, whatever. But every time I saw that same cop, he would wave at me, and I'm like, "No, I'm not doing that."
Mm. Well, at least
Yeah,
it was good that you had somebody who was able to protect you in that sense of knowing
Yeah.
somebody. It's always good to know somebody, you know what I'm saying? Especially when it comes to these police officers because they act like they can just do whatever they want to do, and you really can't.
It's,
You know what I'm saying?
they
Guidelines to
they
what you can't do, and it's just people knowing what you can and cannot do. And when they see that if you are a person that knows what is going on, then that's when they want to start actually acting like they actually doing something right.
mhm.
And that's really the biggest thing on that. Just understanding, that these police they gonna mess with you if they feel like you don't know what you're doing. They're going to have some type of way of interacting and trying to hold this weight because most of the people I feel like in the police system probably was bullied when they were growing up. You know what I'm saying? Probably did not get their control. So them being in that platform is also another reason of why people have issues dealing with them because they want control. They want a sense of control. They want something um to spiral out so they can show that they have this control thing about them. You know what I'm saying? And I hate that so much with a lot of people because a lot of people get frustrated. A lot of people are frustrated with the police departments. They wanted to do the defunding. They wanted to do a lot of stuff. I know I've had a lot of situations when I used to have dreads. I would be walking down the street. I don't even have to be in a car. I'll be walking down the street in Gwinnett, and they would pull over. They will pull me over time I fit some damn description. That's the reason why I'm so happy when I cut my dreads, because I hate that fit the description thing. Well, I'm going. I hate that fit the description. Like, why are you trying to stereotype me and stuff like that? What description do I fit? When he said he's like a guy almost 6 feet with dreads and he's black. That could be any fucking body.
And I love you, TK, but you ain't no 6 feet.
I sure ain't no 6 feet, okay? That's why I was looking like, that was the first thing I said. Well, I'm not 6 feet, and I'm on my way to work. I'm in my work uniform. Ain't no way that you looking for somebody in no damn Waffle House uniform. You can't tell me that was a part of your description. So what made you want to stop me? Oh, well, I need to run your name and stuff like that. I'm like, that's how they get people. Because what if I was on probation and you just stopped me from some random ass shit because I'm walking to work and now I got to violate my probation because the fact that you want to run my name in your system, which goes to the next question is, do y'all feel like the justice system is for us or against us?
What you think, Priscilla? Because honestly, I think the justice system is
My husband
everyone
said,
knows it's beyond flawed.
"Oh, sorry."
Like I know that you're fine. The justice system is beyond flawed. Like this, for instance, let a white person commit as many crimes as a black person have, they'll get like 5 years. Next, you
Mm-hmm.
know, a black man's gonna get put to death,
Yeah, I mean,
and the most incarcerated over some
or-
petty crimes and things. But at the same time, I want to have hope that that it is for us because there are times where we do get the justice that we are deserved,
yeah.
but it's not as often as I would like it. So I'm honestly on the fence about that.
Yeah, I agree. Sometimes we do get our justice, but I feel like we have to go to a major census for the justice system to work on our benefit. Why do we
You
have
gotta
to go
call,
hire put $1 million
yeah.
down on a lawyer? You know what I'm saying? When
Hmm.
it should make sense in the first place. You know what I'm saying? I feel like um being appointed a lawyer it's really not useful sometimes because of course if they're being appointed by the court, who the hell do you really think they're going for? Yeah, they might help you get off of something, but they're going to get a benefit of something because of course if they're getting paid by the court to pronounce, they're going to go with the best favor of the person who's paying them, and that's what a lawyer
Yeah,
does. You know what I'm saying? And that's a big thing with me with having this conversation because I know a lot of people don't like to talk about it. And a lot of people have their different defenses of that. Granted, I know a lot of people will sit there and say the justice system is not for them, but in some cases it is. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason why we have these laws. Laws say if you know, then you can utilize them. But the justice system only is for you when you know it. You know what I'm saying? And that's the point blank period. If you know your rights, then no, nobody can't tell you what to do. Nobody can't make you do certain things. Like a lot of people, you don't have to show your ID if they don't have no probable cause of asking you for it. You don't have to. You don't have to show them. I mean, what they're gonna do? They could take you downtown and ask you questions and stuff and ask you why you want your ID because for what? Why did this man pull me over? What was the whole purpose of this? I hate that. I hate that, especially in Gwinnett County. Um, Gwinnett County is one of the worst counties when it comes to that. They will pull you over just because they want to just see what you're doing. Find a reason. I went to Ohio and I was driving and I stopped and somebody got in the car. When they got in the car, the police pulled me over. I didn't stop. I didn't turn my blinkers on 100 feet before I got to the light. It was a red light. I had to stop at the light. It's not like I kept going and turned. So you're behind me at the red light. If that was the case, you should turn your lights on right then and there at the red light when my blinkers was on telling you where I was about to turn. And then when I turned, then you want to come and turn the lights on while I was moving. And then you come with all these cars and stuff, and then y'all bashing each other, talking about, oh well, yeah, don't go here because they're killing this and they're killing that. But then yet y'all y'all send me to court trying to make it seem like I was a drug trafficker. Like that was crazy. How can you do that? What part of what I was doing made it look like I was trafficking drugs? I ain't have no drugs in the car. I had a fucking less than a gram of weed. And it wasn't even weed. It was fucking Delta 8. And I was trafficking. I was trafficking drugs. That's what they tried to get me for. They tried to get me for that. They ended up dropping it down because when I was explaining everything, it just did not make sense. Because while I was talking to the judge and I was like, okay, I just plead no. He's like, nah, you don't want to do that. I'm looking like, why is he saying that? Why is he saying I don't want to plead no? He said, maybe you need to talk to somebody, one of the prosecutors, and talk over your the shit that I had going on. And when he told me what my charge was, I'm like, what? That's not the charge I remember on the paper. But when they wrote the paper, they wrote it where it was so light, I couldn't tell what they really said on the thing. The only thing I could see is the date that I had to go to court. All the stuff that they wrote, I couldn't tell. It's like they wrote it lightly where it wouldn't get all on the paper like that. And I feel like that's another method that they go by doing it, so you don't understand what's going on. It's been times that I've seen people call the police for a situation that they're trying to avoid, and they're trying to what's the name, and they end up getting locked up. I told you. Why the fuck am I getting locked up? Hell, I got locked up for trying to stop people from throwing my stuff outside of a hotel. And I got locked up. They came and I got locked up. And they took my gun away from me because it was in the room, not being used, in a drawer, but they made me go get it because the person stated I had one. And they made me go get it. And then they took it from me. And then when I'm in the car, the police officer playing with my gun, talking about, "Ooh, I want one of these." Like, come on, and that was in Alabama. So it's not just in Georgia. I mean, obviously, this is something that's going worldwide. These police officers think they can just do whatever the hell they want to do, and it just fucks up for the police officers who are trying to actually do right, who is trying to actually make a sense of things. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy that people don't realize that y'all are really fucking up shit. You know what I'm saying? So when we saying that, what is a way that you feel like would make you feel more safe towards police officers?
Not be by myself. Make sure I have a lot of people that's gonna be my witness, or making sure I go places, knowing that they're gonna be posted up there, but always with a lot of people,
Yeah,
a lot of people that know their rights, because then everybody can be, well, somebody can be speaking out the rights the whole time when they try to cuff you. Um,
yeah.
but there, I wanted to say something when you had said what you just said about, when they took your stuff. I was reading this article. This man, he went to, I don't know what state it is. Sorry, no, we're trying to say hi.
Hey, hey, nephew.
Hey, go play. Did you go? So this man, he went to this Walmart, whatever, and he saw his face. It said missing persons. So he decided he want to clear the air. He calls the cop. He's like, "Look, I'm at this Walmart. Da, da, da. There's a missing persons report on me. I just want to call you and tell you guys I'm not missing. He's in his work uniform, and so the cop comes. The cop that was sent out there comes and starts to, and he was like, "Why are you cuffing me? I'm just letting you know that I'm not a missing person. I never was." And this man, he's white, and he's like, "I'm not missing." And he was like, "That's it." He's like, "Let me go. Like, I'm just shopping. Uh, Takes the man to the station, writes a report saying that he was trying to steal at Walmart, and he took a picture. The guy that was the missing person, he took a picture of the missing person up there where the restroom was, and he was showing to the other cops, like, this is why I called, and when I called, there's a recording. You got my voice on the line, so why did I get detained? And why is he writing down that I was stealing at Walmart? AP didn't come up and say anything about that. He was just like, he was like surprised because number one, he's white, Number two, he was like, I know my rights. But number three, why am I in a missing person? So when I read
Right.
that, you said that, I was just thinking like, of course he was doing it because he has the power, or he assumes because he's a cop that he has that type of power over. It doesn't matter what color or who you are. He's gonna do it because he wants to hit his quota, or because he think he can't. You know what I mean? Or the department don't care, and they just, oh yeah, just write him up for whatever, so that you can get that good name. You know what I mean? But like,
Right.
I didn't get an answer earlier. Like when you were asking about the justice system, yes, it is. And my husband said it was meant to keep people in prison because they really don't care, because they get that funding, they get the money, so they're gonna keep trying to get people. They don't care, or they can just say, yeah, so fit the description. I'm gonna snatch you up, throw you in there, because you know what, I'm getting. I don't care.
Yeah. And you know what? Honestly, I feel like just to clear the air a lot when I talk to people, the police, yeah, they do have their different levels of how they treat people, but but every race and every gender has an issue with police. It's not like it's something that we can just say, oh, it's only black people or it's only men. I mean, women, they deal with it. I feel like women, they get a little bit more of a leeway than men. Men off the rip have more of a harder take on dealing with the law enforcement. Black people have way more of a harder take. So just to be a man and to be black is really, you got a target on your head, because
Yeah.
their goal is to try to eliminate as many of us as possible. You know what I'm saying? And it's hard for them to argue the case on that, because the fact that actions speak louder than words. You can say that's not the case, but that's exactly what it looks like when you look in your imprint. You try to lock up. Men jails are way packed than women's. Like
Hmm.
you always, how the hell can you overcapacitate men, but then the women don't have that much? And you can't say it's because women don't do crimes, don't commit crimes. No, it's the fact that y'all pick at men a little bit more, because you figure that if you black and if you're a man, then you automatically a criminal. You already got a background. Like, and if you don't have one, let's try to get them for something to give them one. Let's try to stop their movement so all these people cannot go. And it's all a power move, and it's something to keep people's minds off of what's really going on in this world. And that's really what it is. Um, Moving to another question about crime. So how do you feel about crime? Because I feel like if you committed a crime and you did the time, it should be no reason why it's on your record anymore.
Mm, I think there should be a time limit on it. It shouldn't be on there forever, but depending on the crime that you commit. Okay, like if it's something like very small, petty, it shouldn't be there for 5 years. So you're able to get a job and improve yourself, or but then if it's something really big, like killing children, raping, or keeping them hostages, whatever, for years on your basement, whatever, or targeting certain color people or whatever, then that should stay forever. You shouldn't be able to walk out and be free with a, yeah, now my background's all clean. I don't think that's fair. It just depends on the levels on the crime.
Okay, I mean, it's crazy that you said that. I mean, I feel like, honestly, regardless of what level of crime you did, because I mean, if somebody killed somebody and they had to do 10 years for it, I had to do 10 years in a jail that you have confined me in, and fucked up my mental. Regardless of anything of what I did, when I get out now, I should be able to go apply for a job and stuff and feel like I'm able to do better, because by it's still been on your record, and by what's saying, it's basically saying that you're this person. You're going to be this person for the rest of your life. I
But the
get
question,
it. I committed my crime. I did my time. Clear me up so I can go and be a better person, because now you're enabling me not to be a better person.
the question is, why did you have to kill the person in the first place? Now, I would understand if the person had a legit reason, like a positive reason to killing that person, versus just killing them for fun. Then that's a different story. But if you killing a person to save someone's life, or your life was, like defending yourself, then yeah, I would understand that. But if you're just killing for play, then no, you should keep it forever, because you are a damn killer because you played for fun. You know what I mean? And the other people's not gonna feel safe. So why do I want some man or woman to work with me, knowing damn what they kill for fun, and I might be the next victim in like 2 years? Who fucking knows?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like in a sense of that, it'll be more so of a repeated criminal. You know what I'm saying? If you repetitive with what you have done, then yes, that's something that obviously you haven't got over. And I feel like if you are repetitive and doing stuff, eventually, yeah, you need to just be put somewhere where it's a notified or like a registry where you can go see it. But when you're applying for something, it shouldn't. I just feel like you should have a right because people change. You know what I'm saying? 10 years from now, I'm not going to be this person that I am. I'm not going to have this same ideal of who I am. It's going to be even better, or it's going to be different. You know what I'm saying? You can't. People cannot judge people off of their past and of things because people change, and that's my whole thing. And we have to understand that with all humans, regardless of their situation or what they did at that time frame, their mind might have been on something else. Their probably was on drugs. You know what I'm saying? It made them feel like it was okay to be fun killing people. They're not on drugs anymore. They're not even trying to touch the drug no more. But now they can't even apply themselves to even do better now because it's still labeling them as what they were 10 years ago after already doing the time. You know what I'm saying? And doing time is not fun. Doing time in jail is not fun. It's not no vacation. It's fucking hell in there. You know what I'm saying? You have to deal with these people yelling, screaming, making you do this, making you do that. I get it that it's a jail, so it's not supposed to be geared to be something that you want to go to. But at the end of the day, the way that they treat people in these facilities is disrespectful. These people are still humans. These are still humans, regardless of what they did. These are still humans, and if you want to be a jail, if you want to be technical, a jail is supposed to be like a rehabilitation center for these people. So you can't rehabilitate a person if you're making them a monster more.
I agree. I don't remember what show I was watching, but this man, he couldn't find a job because he got locked up for so many years, and he was homeless on the street. So he decided to go rob somewhere just so that he can have a place to sleep and warm food. You know what I mean? So he just kept going because he's like, I can't do anything no more, so might as well go back in. Stay in the pen.
Yeah. And I feel like all this money that these people are getting from writing all these tickets for people and all stuff like that, what are they really using this money for? Because it's not our streets ain't being fixed. Our fucking lives ain't been getting better from y'all. Yet we can't even call y'all and for protection. We can't even ask y'all to protect us. So you're not doing your job. Most of y'all sitting around just waiting to write tickets and y'all wasting a whole time frame. I feel like y'all should be applying yourselves. I feel like police should not be on the road. That's where they have traffic lights now where they can track everything that you're doing. They can run your tags if you're riding expiredly, and they can send you a ticket in the mail. So technically, y'all are not needed for that. I feel like y'all need to be sitting there waiting for actually coming to protect somebody. That's what y'all need to be doing because that's what y'all were here and applied for. And you running, come and get people because of a fucking insurance because y'all want some money out of people has nothing to do with protecting people. How are you protecting me because my tag is expired? What the fuck does that got to do with anything? My tag is expired, but I have insurance though. But my tag is expired. So you're gonna now I gotta write a ticket. Now I gotta pay y'all and also still go pay to get my tag there. Yeah, it's set up for failure. And the justice system has been like that for a long time. It's been setting up for failure. When they first established the justice system to do something like that, it was more geared to protecting people, making sure that somebody had somebody to call on. And I feel like in this midst of this world being corrupted now, that's been lost. You know what I'm saying? I see a little things I've seen on videos like police officers pulling people over and just giving them gifts. Like change the perspective. You know what I'm saying? Because you now when you get put over by the police, it's not only that you feel like okay, you have to protect yourself. Now you in a vulnerable position, but a position because you don't know what type of police officer is coming to you no more, and it shouldn't be like that. You should be more safe and get surprised that you get a police officer that's doing some stupid ass shit. It's like, damn, okay, why are you doing all this, sir? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You should be more able to be comfortable to talk to these people and stuff like that, but they all want to place these rules, and then the way that they go by training and how to react towards people, I feel like that needs to be changed. I feel like it needs to be changed. I feel like a lot of the things that we go through now is a lot of stuff needs to be changed. The crimes and stuff like that. Why are you giving people all this fucking time for bullshit ass things, and then you let people go for small things? Like, that doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't. Like, I don't get the idea of having people. I don't get the idea of having people sit there and have to go through certain crimes, but then you also giving people crimes for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've seen people who are getting 8 years and stuff like that for these little petty crimes, and then I'll see a person who did something really extreme and they're getting off all because of their lawyer. That does not make sense. And then the fact that a person can do the crime and get away with it, and it's people in jail that is innocent, it's just oblivious. I feel like the whole justice system needs to be audited. Honestly, they need to audit the whole thing, because if a person is innocent, they need to get out. And first of all, if the person's in jail for something, in a state that is legalized now, like marijuana stuff like that, if it's legalized now, all those people should get released, because now it's legalized. So I shouldn't be doing time because it's illegal. It's not illegal no more. So what I did now is no longer a crime. Get me out of here. Remove myself from this situation and help me help myself now. I feel like if it doesn't apply, then don't abide, basically. Like, don't come at me, and then y'all put these people in these prisons, and y'all make these prisons so crazy to the point where you allowing people to kill each other. You allowing people to do these things to each other, and you're not helping nobody. I mean, what do you think about? You have to think about it. I'm in this box in the cell with all these people, and we all ain't doing nothing the whole day for real. We're stuck in here, and all we doing is getting yelled at every day, all the time, tell what to do this, do that. You only can get 5 minutes to eat and shit. You gotta eat fast just so you can be good. You have to spend more money on yourself just to make sure you okay. You know what I'm saying? Just because they're not gonna really supply you for real. I don't see that being necessary. I feel like at the end of the day, y'all get paid for each person that you intake. You get paid for them. So therefore, you need to be taking care of these people and treat them like humans, because they're right now y'all just treating them like they a ticket, like they're a product. And that's disrespectful. It's disrespectful on America, and it's disrespectful on anybody. And why does America have the most prisons? They have more prisons than they have schools. They have more prisons than they have hospitals. That don't make sense. I'm sorry, Joanna. You have something to say?
Yeah, sorry. I was trying not to die. But yeah, I honestly, I believe the reason why we got more schools and prisons is because you're making more money off of the amount of inmates you have in that prison than you are in those schools.
Mm-hmm.
And
And
that's
they
the
have,
main purpose of this. This is all about money. The more black people, the more black people they put in there, the more money they're gonna make off, and the more money they're gonna keep make off as they keep putting us back in these prisons.
and also the more able they're to control the narrative.
Yeah,
Because I mean, if you keep locking up more black people, then that means we're not on the street. And black
and you can't
people,
really fight if you don't have education to know what you're fighting for. Lack of education means you're not gonna know. You're not gonna know what's happening to you. It's wrong.
yeah, I mean, then you think about it. I mean, I understand the methods of them. Not saying that I agree with it, but I understand it. I mean, you're taking the most popular race in the United States, the most populated race, and you're trying to level out the playing field.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like you, and of course they're going to lock everybody up because they have to apply the rules. Because if they could just only, if they were just only locking up black people, of course they know it would be a whole situation of life. Like, you letting everybody go, everybody in the prisons is black, and ain't not one white person, ain't not one Chinese, ain't not one Mexican. Yeah, and the Mexicans also is starting to be a target too. Like they coming for them too. They're like, y'all want to keep coming over here? We gonna come get y'all too.
Yeah.
Now you can't be black, or honestly, you can't be any type of color. If you look like
Besides what?
you a color, they're gonna mess with you. They're going to mess with you. The only people who probably who kind of get away with it a little bit more, and this is not to be biased or be racist or something. I mean, it's the Asians. You know what I'm saying? They because they also they own parts of America. A lot of people don't realize that. Like they own parts of America. They own some of these prisons. You know what I'm saying? They got investments in some of these things. So of course they're not gonna mess with the people. That's like biting the hand that feeds you.
Yeah.
But they do. They do. They do because they have to keep a certain amount of diversity to make it seem like that they're doing this for everybody. What crime do y'all feel like should be removed as technically not being a crime?
Sorry, what was the question?
Marijuana.
What crime do you feel like needs to be removed because it's technically not a crime?
Personally, I think marijuana. If it's not hardcore drugs, I think it's just needs to be removed. Because if it's not gonna kill you, then I think that there's being a little bit doing too much with that.
Yeah.
Like no one dies from getting high. You get the munchies, but you don't die.
Yeah.
You don't
And you're not
overdose.
gonna 9 you're not gonna get in a car crash either. So I mean
Exactly, because you're too high. You can't even move.
yeah, you're
So
not even want to drive. And if you are, you're more focused. And people always say that when you're high, you lose focus. But no, you're high, you focus on. When I'm driving, when I was smoking, I drive. Like I drive great. You know what I'm saying? I know that's not for everybody. I feel like if you feel like you cannot drive, like just like drinking. I mean, alcohol is legal. Alcohol is legal, and that kills more people than anything.
yeah, but the
Cigarettes
short
are
ever
legal.
ever.
Cigarettes are legal. But y'all want to take away stuff. E-cigarettes, all that stuff is legal. All that stuff is killing you. All that stuff has proven that it's not good for you. But you want to take things that are good for you and say,
Mhm.
"Oh no, we definitely don't want that." Like shrooms, they have a big thing on shrooms. They don't want you to do shrooms, but shrooms are a medical good for medical reasons. Marijuana is good for medical reasons. Even cocaine was used in the original cocaine, the cocoa plant is used
In
in medicine.
the soda.
Heroin is used in medicine. Like that's what I'm trying to. And I don't get like y'all. They make these big things. Of course, I understand you're misusing something like a drug or something like that. I'm not saying let all drugs be free, but I feel like it should be a choice. I mean, I feel like everything should be do it responsibly. And if you don't do it
Yeah.
responsibly, then that's when you go to jail. Just like how liquor is. I mean, I understand because you're not going to stop people from doing it. That's my whole thing. Regardless of what they want to do, they're never going to stop it. First of all, the government brought this shit in here. It's bringing it in here still to this day. So you can't you're just trying to captivate. You're just trying to capitalize on stupid shit. And y'all need to stop because y'all ain't helping us out. Like, y'all getting all this money. Y'all ain't helping us out. Y'all ain't doing shit for us. But locking us up, making us don't trust you, make us want to fight against you. So,
I
what do you
do.
feel like the outcome? I'm sorry, go ahead, say what you gotta say.
But I do agree with you on the like people. I agree. People are gonna one way or another. They're gonna find a way to do the shit. They're gonna find a way. They will
Yeah,
always. But only thing is, do you if as long as it doesn't hurt nobody and don't give it to the kids.
yeah, do it
That's
responsibly.
the lie. Leave the
Cigarettes.
babies
That's the
out
main
of it.
thing. Like they say, smoke responsibly when they talk about cigarettes. They say drink responsibly when they talk about alcohol. That's the
Yeah.
same thing for everything else. Because if you do any drug that you do, and if you do it in a moderation, then that shit is not going to affect you. Like if now it is people who OD on certain things, and it can cause them to die. Hell, you can OD on liquor, and it cause you to die. You can smoke 8 packs of cigarettes a day, and eventually you gonna get cancer and die.
Exactly.
It's
But
all about
that's
how moderation is. I mean, I
that
feel like
person's
if you
choice.
do anything responsibly, you should be able to do it. Because as a human, you should be able to do what you want to do. Hell, y'all apply this shit here, and then y'all want to try to use it against me. That does not make sense. So I
No.
agree. I agree. What about you, Priscilla?
I agree.
That's the same crime you would say get rid of.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
I would love to get rid of assaulting. Well, not say get rid of it, but modify assaulting an officer, or what they call what's it
Police brutality.
terroristic threats. I feel like those need to be modified, because at the end of the day, you ain't gonna be able to talk to me any kind of way, and I'm a motherfucking human, and you're a human, and don't think when I say something back to you, you want to try to throw something at me. You're not gonna disrespect me. You're not gonna come at me. You're not gonna accuse me with accusations and think I'm gonna just be calm about your ass trying to lock me up for some shit I did not do. No, I'm gonna be heated. I'm gonna move away from you. Like, what the fuck you grabbing me for? I should not have to get in trouble to the fact that you're trying to overdo your job.
Yeah.
And then these body cams that they have, shit, that shit don't help no more. They done add body cams. First of all, people have to realize
they can turn that shit on and off whenever they feel like it.
No, I mean they can, but they're not supposed to. So I mean that's something that will flag them. But what they do, they will put it to what, and they'll lean that shit down. So it's not showing what's really going on. I mean, it's not like you can't remove the body cam and do certain things. I done seen body cams in different parts of police bodies. I guarantee you it's not supposed to be that way. But of course, they're not gonna say nothing. They're gonna look out for each other. Not gonna say, "Oh, bro, he got his stuff down here." That's just like the streets. We're not out here going to run into the police. Some people do, but we're not going to run out here to the police and say, "Oh, well, this person over here doing that," and stuff like that, knowing that I'm affiliated with this person. That's not what we do. That's not what we do as humans. We have loyalty towards something that we're going to help with their loyalty, and they have loyalty with themselves only. You know what I'm saying?
That, I believe, is like the issue, one of the main issues for sure.
Yeah. And another thing, I feel like with this gun thing, I feel like I seen a show that they had a gun where it was released. I feel like if you are having to pull your gun, it needs to be verified that you are pulling your gun, and that body cam needs to have some type of link where they're watching exactly what's going on every time. Because there should be no reason why you should be able to pull your gun out on a person and you don't even know what's going on in the situation. I haven't had guns pulled out on me, and I didn't have a weapon on me. I didn't have any drugs. I'm just driving, and they pulled me over because of my tag, and they came to the car with a gun to my window. That's not something that you. And then you have a body cam on. I wonder if your body cam was on. I feel like it should be something for people against these police officers, because at the day, I mean, and I'm trying to get people to develop an app to make a sense of it, because at the end of the day, we need a lot of people to protect us. You know what I'm saying? And it should be something that we go to besides just pulling our phone out, recording, and putting on social media, because all that's doing is getting publicity. It's just showing that they get away with this type of shit. That's all it's doing. Because how many videos we done seen of police doing proactive things and nothing happened to them? They're still on the streets. They're still doing stuff. But we can go and do something smaller or petty and get years and years in jail. But y'all have no consequences of y'all actions, and that's something that I feel like definitely should be taken away, to be able to draw your gun. You should be able to draw your gun at any situation. When you draw your gun, it should alert your office and have people, like have the operators waiting for people to call for 911. You need to have those operators alerted, like, okay, this officer pulled his gun. We need to be checking in on his body cam to make sure what is going on in the situation. Why did this officer pull his gun? What is going on? Let's bring another force of enforcement to enforce enforcement. Can we get that? Can we get people strolling the streets for officers? For corrupted officers? Is that something can we do? They have these cars that don't show that they're police officers, and they can come pull us over and stuff like that. Can we pull over police officers? Because I've been seeing police officers doing cricket ass shit. You know what I'm saying? Running red lights, turning their lights on for 5 minutes just so they can speed through some shit and then turn it back off. All that stuff is illegal. You're not supposed to be able to do that. You only turn your lights on when you're going to an issue. You can't do certain things, but they do it and they allow it. And I feel like if we had something to be able to catch a lot of that stuff on and what's the name, and have a place where we can go to where we can call on these people to come and dictate a police officer. If a situation is going in out of your favor, and these police officers are doing too much, it should be a number we can call where another higher authority of police officers come to check those police officers and figure out, okay, why did we get a call that this is an unruly situation? What's going on? And then now, if it's an issue, now we will take over this situation. We don't have guns. We don't. They're not coming with guns. They're not coming to hurt you. They have nothing to really hurt you besides handcuffs to put you up and lock you up. It's more of a sensible way of going. I feel like all these police officers getting all these gadgets and this mace and stuff. I've seen a lot of police officers spray people with mace, spray a whole crowd with mace, only one person. That's not fair. Now everybody walk around with their eyes burning because you attacked one person. You attacked this man, and he started hitting your ass back, and then you want to pull out some mace. You're not able to fight nobody like that because I promise you, I guarantee you, half of them police officers, when they out of their clothes, they ain't acting like that. They're not gonna buck up on nobody like that. And if they do, they realize they're gonna get in trouble. So why the fuck you feel like you ain't gonna get in trouble because you got a uniform on? Don't make sense.
It doesn't touch on there should be a number of the call. It's called the fucking supervisors and the mayor and the people in the government. They are the ones they're the ones that's supposed to be doing something, but they don't.
That's why we need
because we're run by a certain. Our state is literally run by a certain political group that's all for this shit.
What they gonna do? Like Priscilla said, they're gonna give them a warning. Slap on the wrist.
Or slap on the wrist. Like that's why I'm saying like that's what I like. I actually think that's what the defund the police was for. It was for so you guys can have some consequences when you step the line.
Yeah. When you think you're above the law, when you think you're above the law, it's gonna be it needs to be somebody above you to let you know that And I'm not. And that person, like I said, that person does not come with guns. That person doesn't come. That person comes and just basically is a consultant. He's a police consultant. I mean, it has to have somebody like that where we can call 811 or something, and 0111. Okay, 1011.
411.
Can I get a 1111? Can we do a 411111? We call 1111, and now we're letting them know because I mean you have to think about it. You can you like I seen people watch their kids get hemmed up and they couldn't even do nothing. Yeah. And the child was not in the right. My nephew had an issue where they came and they were scooping him up. I'm watching the show. I'm watching the thing, and I just see people just scooping my nephew up, and have him in a chokehold like this. He's nowhere near a threat. He came walking, trying to figure out. Oh, hold on 1 second. I'll send it to you. I'm gonna send it to you. Oh, 1 second, y'all. But yeah, he wasn't even a threat. He wasn't even a threat. And even then, in that situation, 1 second, y'all. I gotta send this link in. Okay. Yeah, he wasn't even a threat. And I'm sitting there trying to figure out why they hit him up. And then my godson is only 3 years old. Why are you drawing a gun at a 3-year-old? That is ridiculous. It doesn't make sense for you to be able to even think that this shit is okay. And how many times are we going to have to yell out and scream, defund the police or something? I don't feel like you need to defund them. I feel like you should fire some of them. I feel like we have way more police officers than probably necessarily need.
We fire and retrain them on how to be a human being and how to treat a decent human being as well.
Because, I mean, that's really the thing. It's really more so having to deal with these people with these egos. Like, first of all, y'all all need to go through therapy before y'all do this shit because we need to figure out what you got going on. Because obviously,
and a lot of these police officers were in the military. A lot of these people were in the military, and so some of them might have like PTSD. I'm like, I don't think you should be hiring people who were in the military. Because a lot of them are now trigger happy.
I know a lot of people who sit there and say, if the cameras wasn't around. I heard when I was in jail, I heard a lot of people say, "Well, if this cameras wasn't on me, if this camera, you should not be able to come with that mentality." Hell, when I was in jail, they was letting us out to take showers, like every 3 days, and we was in lockdown 24/7. We will only come out to be able to take showers for a second and stuff, and that's only if they want to be nice, and that should not be the case. It should not be a case where you dehumanize a person. We all have human rights. And as a human, you should not be able to take anything away from me that makes me a human.
The only thing I always say I would not be is like child molesters, rapists, and murderers. I'm sorry, that's I have no respect for them
Yeah,
whatsoever.
right.
Disrespect. That's me. But other than that, it's like you said, petty crimes. Oh, you stole a TV lamp or whatever.
Right.
Okay, yeah, they did something stupid, but at
And
the end of the day, they're still
even though
stupid.
that is the case, because I'm the fence. I'm definitely a fence of this stuff. Even though yes, we have these people who are committed child molesters. Everybody who's a child molester did not commit that crime either. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's the people who are innocent in a lot of these situations, a lot of these crimes that we have that basically we have to go back and we need to do an audit. I feel like an audit needs to be done. We need to go back and redo and look into these things and make sure that all this stuff is correct. Because now some of those kids are older, they can probably tell you, hell, my mama told me to say that, or my daddy told me to say that they did that. You know what I'm saying? Because that
And
is
it's
definitely
sad
things
that we
that
have to
happen.
do that, to be honest with you. It's really sad when we got to do that because now we don't know who is telling the damn truth.
Exactly. How
Because
you
you want
doing,
to go up
Moet?
to the top,
Yeah.
but then there's some people who are sick in the head
Good.
like that,
How are
and you don't lie about people.
Right. What you say?
I said I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Well,
I'm good. Thank you for coming on the show. We talk about crime and justice and stuff. You know, it's a little touchy subject. We're talking about a crime that we feel like is not necessary anymore.
Give me an example.
Well, they said drugs, like like a lot of the drugs, basically, if it doesn't kill you, and I basically just stated that I feel like everything should be at its own. Like you do it responsibly. I feel like honestly, because it's not gonna stop. People are not gonna stop doing these things, and you just applying pressure ain't gonna do nothing to anybody for stopping them doing it. And then yeah, they're bringing it into into the system, or the government's allowing it to come through. So I mean, I don't understand why they'll just say like how alcohol kills a lot of people way more than a lot of drugs, and it's legal. You know what I'm saying? So why can't they just make it be what it is and just say do it responsibly?
Because it's strategically set up for them to
Yeah,
be able to set people up and have their prison systems be able to be fueled and filled and all of that stuff. That's why the government introduced cocaine into our communities and all of that stuff. So that way they can create this war on drugs because they have the thing in the 13th Amendment where basically as a trade-off for slavery, they put that you can't be forced into involuntary like labor and things like that except for actions of a crime and different stuff like that. So that's what they do. And a lot of people are making a lot of money off of the private prison systems and different things like that and going and passing laws under the table behind our backs and everything. And that's basically the fuel behind it.
yeah, and which I agree, and I stated it also. I mean,
yeah.
it's a capitalism thing. Like I got to get profit off of this. That's the reason why all these states have not legalized marijuana because hell, they're still capitalizing off of it. It's no point of me making this legal if I'm making the most money from it. I
Right.
mean, why would I do that? But it's stupid that we can have a country where half of the states can be legalized and the other half can't. So you can go and get it from this state, but if you cross this state and get caught with it, you can go to jail for something that you just bought that was legal.
Because the government has to, as a mass, find a way to be able to legalize the stuff, but also be able to get paid on the back end. And
Right.
until they find that, they ain't gonna make it 100% legal.
Yeah. Which is
Yeah.
true. My next question is, what do y'all feel about the loopholes in the justice system?
It's bullshit.
That's how
Okay.
you get away with a lot of things with the
They
loophole.
do.
That's how you get, that's they ain't gonna get in trouble. That's how they work through it. That's their little secret. And no
Yeah.
matter what, it's always gonna be there for them to be protected. You know what?
Mhm.
Can't do nothing about it.
Right. Right. And I mean,
Exactly.
And that's why they're walking around like they got the big man on the block, because they know no matter what they do, they're gonna get away with it.
and that shouldn't be the case. So I was just explaining to them that we need a system where if we're having like a hard time with a police officer, or a police officer is doing over too much or going over their power, it should be something that we could call that will come in that don't have a gun, that don't come in to enforce with nothing but the police officers and figure out what's going on, why we've been called. And another thing is when they're drawing their weapons, you know what I'm saying? It should be something that alerts the boards, the companies, the operators, to let them know we need to look into this situation because he just drew his gun. Why is he drawing his gun? Because a lot of times they'll come to the car and don't even know what you got going on, and they'll have the gun in their hand. That's not making me feel safe. You're supposed to be here to protect us. Even if I'm doing wrong, your job, your main objective is to protect us.
Yeah. They ain't gonna do that though because they got qualified immunity. So
Yeah,
they gonna be able to get away with whatever the hell. That's why we don't see justice all the time. That's why a lot of stuff don't even make it to the news. If people ain't out there recording it, if people ain't posting it, if people ain't talking about it, then ain't nobody gonna really know about it. Period.
yeah,
And
There's a lot of things that happen. I had to find on social media to find out what that happened, and
yeah,
that's just like then this because that's why I was like you have to like stress like you need to have your phone out at all times. You have to record what they're doing because if not, then that's gonna cost your life, and then so you might be dead on the street and no one even know, not even your family.
yeah.
yep.
And some police tell you put your phone away. Like you not. That's not your job to tell me to put my phone away.
And
And
they
if
have
you
no
ever
right
put
to
your
tell
phone
you
away,
to
you
put your phone
stupid.
away. It's your phone.
Right? What you gonna do? Even if you handcuff me, I need to. I'm gonna have a phone on my neck. What? I'm still watching. Like, I mean, look where I'm going. Let me show y'all. Hold on.
This
What? Where you at?
mode,
Where you at?
this landscape mode. It's like there you go.
Put my phone on my neck, sir. I don't you put my phone on my neck. I need to make sure I'm good. Put my phone
Okay,
on
Okay.
my neck.
I'm getting a
Okay,
dash.
real quick.
Get you
I'm.
one of your own body camera. They put it on your body. There you
I mean,
go.
dash cam from my car because, of course, you know how I think. I'm gonna be ready to talk with them or cuss them out and start freaking out, and I'm not gonna remember my phone. Some people they're in a calm state, of course. Oh, number one thing, I got my phone ready. No, I'm gonna have to get me a dash cam for my car so everything's
Mm-hmm.
recorded. See them coming from a mile away. See them from this angle. Probably make sure I have one looking right at them in the face while they're looking at me. I'm
Yeah,
probably gonna have to be the best bet for me right now.
yeah.
Yeah.
Does it
And
have
a lot of
anybody?
people
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
are a lot of people are like, because I know there's this one creator that's always like showing like the best practices for whenever you're getting pulled over. My thing is like, yeah, it's a certain way to handle situations, but at the same time, why do we have to keep keep ourselves so calm to the point that we're not being triggered or going off or anything like that whenever they're not even being calm or anything like that? And it's like at this point it's a matter of, which I've said this on one of my other podcasts before, it's a matter of, I wouldn't say it's a matter of defund the police, it's a matter of restructuring the whole freaking program. Because if you're training them to handle situations this way and you're not checking up on how people are performing out on the field and everything like that, then that's a problem. And that's why it just continues to add to the problem. And people feel like that they could just do whatever the hell they want to do.
Yeah, yeah.
Especially if you come at me hostile. If you come at me hostile, of course I'm coming at you hostile back. It's just human reaction if I'm want to react. So it's how you expecting me to be calm when you're yelling and screaming at me and I did nothing wrong.
All right. Okay, we're gonna get off y'all police backs for a second, y'all. We're gonna jump on to the
Leave it
judges.
alone.
We're gonna jump on to these judges. What do y'all feel about these judges?
They bullshit. Well, some of them are
Send
okay,
them,
but
send
some
them
of
all
them
ass
are
to the
bullshit.
barn.
Hold on. Mo's talking. What you say?
I said some of them are okay, but some of them are bullshit too because they have qualified immunity as well. And they basically, a lot of them are corrupt because you basically can buy them off and all of that shit. And it's like, it's not supposed to be that way. That's just like with Alec. Alec goes back and passes a lot of laws under the table and everything like that. So that allows judges to be able to finesse the system and
Thank
serve
you.
higher sentences and do more things and all of that bullshit. And it's just like, yo, like we need new judges in there as well, because you got a lot of corrupt judges that have still been serving for a while, that still will continue to serve unless they're gotten out of office and everything like that. And like, especially if they pass where they allow for each state or each county or each district to be able to set their own laws and everything like that, then that's going to create a fucking problem.
Right. What about you, Gianna? You said, I mean, how do you say your name? Because I keep saying Gianna, but I mean, I know I'm not saying it right.
It's Gianna.
Gianna. Okay.
Yes. I say we need to get rid of all their old asses.
Yeah.
Get rid of them all. And like Mo was saying, like we need new ones. Maybe some, I don't know, younger, fresh blood ones that are not set in their old mindset and old ways.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you think about it, they were brought up thinking that okay, black person, black equals bad. So bad means I gotta put you in prison. I gotta put you in jail. I gotta ruin your life. We need the people who don't have that mindset anymore. That are thinking more of okay, what did they do, and is it really that serious?
Right. Okay.
But and like also like how Mo was saying, like they're not corrupted. They're actually for the people, which is at the end of the day why they're all there. Police and judges, you're for me. At the end, I might not be paying you, but at the end of the day, you work for me.
Yeah. And that's you just said something right there. All these people are getting paid off of our tax money, and I don't understand why they do not strive you to work for us. You know what I mean? Basically, you work for us. If we have to pay you, that means you work for America. America don't work for America. Don't abide to you. You abide to us. We paying you. If I pay my taxes every year, I should get some type of level of respect when I walk up in a building of a police station. Because if it wasn't for me paying my taxes and all the millions of Americans in this world, you wouldn't be able to do your job right.
No, and what was I gonna say? Like it's more. It's like it's that's the whole reason why I would think you would want to be a police officer or a judge for to protect and to serve the people. That's the whole purpose of it. You're here to serve the American people and to get justice for them. So what justice are you doing by screwing them over every single day in case you get?
I know it was a documentary on this retired judge, and the judge was talking about I gotta go back and figure out what the name of it is, but it and the judge was going in deep. Like the judge was saying how he was crying one time because he had to sentence a child to something that he knew wasn't wasn't right. You know what I'm saying? He knew that the child didn't do it. He said it broke him for a long time. He said also started his retirement process. So what he realized he didn't want to do this no more. He said it was being too corrupted. And he was like he was talking about how the judges will be charging these people all these things for cocaine and stuff, saying cocaine bad, but then they'll have a judge party, and guess what's at the party? Drugs.
Yep.
Hmm, that's so
Mm-hmm.
crazy. How can you be so biased like that? And you supposed to be held at an honorary standard. And we supposed to honor your decisions because you do this. I feel like everybody in the law enforcement needs to get drug tested every time they walk in the door because we have to do it on probation. So why the hell can't y'all do it every week? Do it every week. Every week y'all need to be a drug test because honestly, I got pulled over before and I smell alcohol on the police breath. Why are you driving and you smell like you got alcohol in your breath? I should be able to say you need to take a drug test. You need to blow. You need to blow on your own thing right now before I get in the car with you because I don't feel safe. And it should be clauses like that where make it if I don't feel safe around you, I should not have to be able to go with you because you said so. If I don't feel safe, I should not have to go to you. I should be able to sit in my car until I feel safe enough to get arrested. It shouldn't be resisting arrest. It should be more so you're not safe. I don't feel safe. I don't feel safe. So I need to have my people, my family come to make sure I'm good, I need to have somebody that I know come, and I need to have somebody on your team that is not corrupted to come before you decide that you want to come. I know they always have extra police officers pull up, but then they won't wait for your people to pull up. That don't make sense. No, I'm not getting out this car until somebody pulls up that I know that's got my back. And they should be able to allow that and insist that, because at the end of the day, I mean, you can stand right there wait at the car to make sure that I ain't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got nothing to do. It's not like you getting me right now is going to stop what your process of what your job is. Only thing is, that's going to do is help me feel a little more safer. Now I can feel safe knowing that somebody's about to come and you're not going to kill me if I reach for something or if I get something.
I think they should have a review process.
Mm-hmm.
And in regards, it should be stricter standards in regards to how people are selected to be able to be in place, as well as standards and reviews for people that are in place to make sure that everybody is consistently complying properly. And whenever it comes to judges, like the way people are able to go through like these screenings to see who they want to be able to have on their jury, they should be able to go through screenings to decide like, oh,
What judge would
should
be the best to
I,
apply?
would I
Mm-hmm.
choose judge or not? Because if you have racial biases and different things like that, and we review your caseload and you've had like you're consistently given heavy convictions and different things like that, why would I choose you to be my judge in my case?
Right. And your record is showing that you don't care about anybody's well-being.
Exactly.
I agree. But you know what? Those are the judges that people always be like, oh, well, that judge don't play. That judge gonna convict you. That shouldn't be a thing that is okay for you. I mean, as a judge, your job is not to convict. Your job is to decide the right method of how to handle this situation. Not to just because the DA said, hey, we're gonna get this person for attempted murder, but it was another charge that they could have had. That's when you come in as a judge. That's you being able to do your job. A lot of people in the law right now don't do their jobs. They don't, especially the judges. They just go and they sit up there and they just do what it is. I know judges that just give you probation or just make you pay a fine and just move on along. I've been in courthouses and the judge's like, oh, well, just pay $75, pay $100, pay this and pay that, and pay this and pay that and pay that. And it sounds like you're feeding more of the money, because that's all y'all really want is money. And then what are y'all doing with this money? What are y'all doing with this money? Because it's not applying back to your community. You're building on your off things. Gwinnett just added an extension to their courthouse. What the fuck you need a bigger courthouse for? What the hell you need all that shit for? You ain't even utilizing these rooms all the time. And then when I go into the courtroom, it's only like one little thing in there. Like, that doesn't even make sense.
Right, exactly. I also feel like even whenever it comes to people being convicted and people being put in prison and different things like that, like prison needs to be reformed as well. Like prisons and jails and all of that stuff need to be reformed as well. Because what are y'all doing with these people that you label criminals and everything like that? You're not doing anything to help rehabilitate them into society or anything. There aren't a whole slew of programs to help walk them through to understand like, okay, yes, you fucked up, but this is what you can do to be able to rectify it, and this is what you can do to not have to do it again, and also offer them services for whenever they get out instead of just slinging them around. Then you wonder why people are in and out of jail, because for one, if you got a felony conviction, how many jobs you gonna be able to get? Everybody isn't an entrepreneur. Everybody doesn't have that mentality. Sometimes the streets is all people know. And it's like, what are you doing to help those people? Nothing, because it doesn't benefit your bottom line.
Exactly. And that's really is what you basically what you said. Like, it's the bottom line thing. It's okay, this is what's best for our budget. More so, is this best for the community? Is this going to make us empower? I mean, I know I went to a thing that it was a judge. It was like judges and lawyers and the departments around the city. They did like a little festival thing, like stuff like that. I get that. I mean, but even though it's really, I mean, it's nice that you're making you make that gesture, and it's not everybody making these gestures. I think it was East Point who did that. If I'm not mistaken. And it's crazy though. The places that have the most crime those police officers are not the ones that's doing the most. It's the ones where you barely have crime, and then it's like they have to find a reason to supply themselves, so they go mess with people. So I'd rather go stay somewhere where there's a whole bunch of crime because they actually occupied. They ain't got a time to bother me because I'm driving down the street. They don't care that my tail light is out right now because they know that in a minute they're about to get a call for something that actually means something. So might as well go stay in the hood, shit, and well, I'm good, and I'll be great. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people be so scared about the hood. Hood people don't really rob hood people like that. I mean, unless you in a loop, you know what I'm saying, and they know what you got going on. But if you stand to yourself and you out of the way, people ain't looking at you for real. It's a very low possibility that you're gonna actually run into some trouble when you're actually in the hood. So if you come and don't look like you're in the hood, then that's another situation. If you don't look like you belong there, that's a whole nother situation. And it's not that, people just targeted people like that. It's that most of the time, if you're not really looking like you're in that situation, not to you're doing something that's skeptical, making it seem like you probably might be a low undercover or something like that, or you're trying to showboat, and you look like you're trying to say that you're better than people. That's usually the people who get got. You know what I'm saying? And because they're like, hold on, what the fuck you coming over here acting doing all that extra ass shit for? You know what I'm saying? Let me show you that you're in the wrong neighborhood for that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like that's basically what it is a lot of times in that situation. Other than that, you have people just rivalries that they have in their own community, and that's the reason why they're going and trying to be the next bigger and better person. So, I mean, a lot of people have a lot of different misconceptions, and I feel like where you stay at also applies with how they look at you when you're getting charged and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And that's crazy that this is a stereotype in the law in the law system. Like, why are y'all stereotyping people? Because I'm black, I'm capable of doing this. But so if I was white, I'm not as capable to do it. So you will give me you'll look more into the situation because of my skin tone. That's crazy, and it doesn't make sense.
But at the end of the day, police were never created for us.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Technically, we just started. What in the
Never created for us. Like
in
they
the
used
50s? I think it
to
was in the 50s.
on
Was it in the
us
50s we
all
finally got a? No, actually, when Martin Luther King died, actually is when it really started for us. When we actually was able to have rights. So I mean, if we want to get technical, and that has not been that long, and people have to realize that has not been that long ago. Like it's been 60 something years since that situation happened. Like that's not long enough. It ain't even been a century that we've been out of the fact that we didn't even have rights at once upon a time. So, I mean, when it comes,
we were considered human beings. We're property.
mm-hmm. Speaking on black people, I know this is a topic that a lot of people always try to bypass. Because I made a statement with back to Black Lives Matter and how this because Black Lives do matter. How y'all feel about black on black crime?
I feel like bullshit. I feel like it's been strategically put in place. And my thing is that our people, we need to wake up and we need to get our shit together as far as our mindset, as far as like not committing crime against each other, stuff like that. Because at the end of the day, if we're out here robbing, stealing, killing from each other, that just makes people not even respect us that much more because they're like, well, shit, look at what the fuck they doing to themselves. Why the fuck should
Exactly.
we give a fuck? They don't give a fuck about themselves. So why should we?
Exactly.
And that's
That's
why
the
they keep putting all lives matter thing because they're making a mockery of it because we need to stop fighting with each other. That's what they want us to do. They want us to fight and destroy each other from the inside. That's you get rid of the problem quicker that way. If we're considered the problem. So if we unify and let's stop arguing with the men and women thing and stop arguing with all this kind of stuff. Let's focus on the main topic. Us being treated like human beings, like the right we have to, the right we have. So at the end of the day, like I'm sorry, we have to stop fighting. Put your petty differences aside for just 5 minutes, and let's focus on the real problem. The real problem is we're all being this the way the system is set up against us. It's going to take us all down. Not few of us, not a little bit, not here and there. Not if you act more white, then they might let you stay around. No, at the end of the day, your skin is brown. Is it not? That
Right.
means you don't belong.
right. Exactly. I have a video that I want to show on here that speaks on something, and I don't know if anybody's seen it or not, but I'm going to put it on. Okay. What's this? Tab. Okay, I have to go to it on here. Let me 1 second.
While you're loading, speaks to the fact of how Malcolm X was like, it's not the problem that we're outnumbered, it's the problem that we're out organized. Because we don't come to, we are the one people that don't come together in unison in regards to shit. Like, we have some people here and there that are getting better and doing stuff better, and that's the people that I choose to associate myself with. But you still have a lot of people that aren't like doing that aren't elevating their mindset, that aren't breaking past like wanting to live off the government and scam the system and hate on each other and sit around and gossip and be on a bunch of bullshit all the time and all of that stuff. So we all as a whole got to get our shit together.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely, I agree. Let's see. Okay, so I got it. So this is the video that I want to share. Let me go to it. See if I can make it bigger. Is it bigger? No, it's not. So can't make it bigger. All right, let me go back.
Do you remember when Jay-Z said, man, you ain't gonna believe this. Do you remember when Jay-Z said this?
Because it's a project, an experiment, ran it, only its object, an object for us to explore our prospects, assassinate cops on the way to the top.
Now follow me now, because this is gonna be a good one. This ain't about they clone Tyrone, but it's very, very close. Now watch this right here. Most of us work a 9 to 5, and they call that the rat race, either corporate America or blue collar work. It's the rat race. But did you know that the rat race actually means a group of laboratory rats racing through a maze in order to be the first one to obtain a goal? That's interesting. They also made it a movie back in 1960. But what does this have to do with they clone Tyrone or Jay-Z? I'm glad you asked. Our story first starts with this guy right here. His name is Robert Tryon. Robert Tryon, kind of like Tyrone. Check this out. He was an American behavior psychologist who pioneered the study of hereditary trait inheritance and learning in animals. His series of experiments with laboratory rats showed that animals can be selectively bred for greater aptitude at certain intelligence tests. Now watch this. This is the crazy part right here. Tune in real quick. Hold on to your horses and your seats because it's about to go down. So Robert Tryon, he conducted a test with 100 rats, right? And he put them in certain environments, one with a clean environment and one with a dirty environment. Now watch what my guys say. Watch this.
Environment where it had clean water, they put it in an environment where it had the right amount of space for the rats can, get, basically if they wanted to be by themselves, they could. They made sure that it was good food in there that didn't have any type of poisons put inside the foods. They even gave them space to breathe, to go upstairs, downstairs. They just gave them this abundant environment, right? They put these rats in there. Mind you, these are the same rats with the same genetical molecular structure, with nothing different. They both came from the same mama, the same daddy, the same family tree, right? So they took these rats, they put one in a good environment, then they put the other 100 rats in a bad environment where they didn't get water. If they did get water, the water actually had acids in it. They made sure they didn't give them the regular food. I think they gave them like cat food or something like that with a bunch of pellets that was inside of them, right? They stuck them on top of each other. And they made sure that the space was very, very small. They never cleaned any poop out of the maze. They pissed out of the maze, and they left them in there. They left them in there for 4 months, and they watched how their behavior changed. They went back and they got the actual rats that came from the good environment, and they put them in the maze. They ended up going through the maze very, very fast. Then they ended up going to get the rats that they put in the bad environment and put them in the maze, and they didn't know how to even make it through the first section of the maze. So he like, maybe this is a coincidence. So he did it. So what he did was he switched the rats. He took the rats that was smart, that made it through the maze, that was in the good environment, and he put them in the bad environment. Then he took the rats that was in the bad environment, that was dummies that couldn't make it through the maze at all, and he put them in the good environment. He waited 4 months, then he took them back out. The same rats that was good and smart, that was in the good environment, that he put in the bad environment, now they couldn't make it through the maze. The same rats that was in the bad environments, that was dummies that couldn't make it through the maze, he put them in a good environment, now they making it through the maze and making it through life just fine. So he said, damn, it ain't the genetics. It ain't who these people is as individuals. It's the community. It's the environment that you put these biological entities in that changes the way they interact with their environment and with themselves. Did you know he did another 6-month experiment on the same rats that he left in the bad environment? Guess what they started doing? Killing each other. Some of the male rats started humping other male rats. Homosexuality. Look, the other rats that was at the bottom that didn't have the food, these niggas went upstairs to the other rats and started robbing them for food and water. I said, damn, this sound like your typical project. Don't this sound like the BJs? This is a real rat experiment. So it made me start questioning. I had to sit back and really rub my shit. They turned into robbing rats? They turned into robbing, homosexual. What else are you going to do? Rats. It's a survival mechanism at this point. Now check this out though, guys. It was a selective group of female rats, and I really want y'all to look this up when y'all get home today. Watch this. It will fuck your mind up. The female rats, they started pampering themselves. They used to let their children just do what the fuck ever. They started pampering themselves. All they was worried about hood rats. Which one of these? See, these was the hood rats. Okay. The hood rats, right? Exactly. So the hood rats. Let me quote that. The hood rats. All they did was pamper themselves. The only thing that they worried about was their fur. They worried about their weight. They didn't worry about their children anymore. They weren't worried about the mama papa rat. The only thing that they focused on was their actual selves. And then the father rats started going to other different parts of the actual rat experiment cage and started like bullying on the younger children. It was crazy, man. Look, it gets so deep when you really start watching it. Even rapists started happening. Rape with the older male rats in the community started raping the younger males and the younger female rats. Hey. Same thing that happens in the ghetto where a young girl will get touched on by their uncle, or a young male will get touched on by their uncle or their auntie. This happens. So it's like, damn, is this rat experiment that's going on in Tyrone, rat maze experiment, the same shit that's going on with us?
That experiment that you just heard Yaki Awakening talk about, it happened in 1940s. With understanding that, this gives a new and profound identity and definition of the term hood rat, projects, and rat race. So when you think about they cloned Tyrone, it's not necessarily that they cloned people, but they actually cloned the idea and the mental capacity and the structure on how these people behave, being that they're in a controlled environment. I don't know. What do you think about it?
That's real. That's real. I feel like it's the same thing as in regards to the Willie Lynch thing. Because I read the book How to Make a Slave, and it breaks down all of that stuff. Like if you do this right, it's gonna keep turning on its head for thousands of years. Like that's why they break down the male in front of the female and take the male outside of the household, because at the end of the day, if the woman is the one that's raising the children 9 times out of 10. So if the woman sees the male being demasculated, being messed up, being broken down, all of that stuff, she will train her children to not go down that same route. So that's why it's all systematically created and put in.
Yeah, I definitely when I seen that, almost like, bro, tears in my eyes. I feel like, damn, like that is so true. And I mean, and when you think about it, and like you said, it happened in the 1940s. So them understanding that then, and then you think about the history of how it was, and at that time they were relating black people on businesses and stuff like that. And that's when basically the projects really started really coming up, where black people had their own community to establish on, and it was not set up for. It was like basically we had to fend for whatever we was able to get at that time growing into life. It's crazy. Like now when I was doing it, I was trying to find the actual experiment that he was talking about, so I could put that on there and actually watch the experiment. I'm gonna go back and try to find it and what it is, what the experience is, and I'll probably showcase it on the reunion of all my friends. But that shit is it's mind boggling. That's basically what the justice system is doing too. It's putting us in this place to feel like we don't have any control over what the hell we do. You know what I'm saying? And we can't fight back. You know what I'm saying? So we are now fighting against each other because we can't fight them.
Yeah, and it's all systematically put in place. That's even like with the ghettos. I watched this thing that was talking about how they initially created the ghettos with like the stuff whenever they had concentration camps and stuff for the Jews, and they would create those places and filter the people into those places, and then end up killing off the people. And then that's where they got the introduction to put that stuff over here, because all of this stuff is systematically put in place, but it's up to us to be able to break past what we've been conditioned. Because even with school, you're conditioned to sit in a place, and from 9 to 5, well, not 9 to 5, they're from 8 to 3, from 8 to 3,
Right.
conditioned to
8 hours.
right, you're conditioned to sit in a place, do what you're told, do what you're supposed to do to pass these tests and everything. You have to ask to go to the bathroom and everything whenever you want to. You have these strategic breaks. It's because it's conditioning you to be an employee. It's
Yeah.
conditioning to be a part of the system. And it's
Yeah.
like we have to get to the place of reprogramming ourselves, so that way we're able to think more outside of the box, not just go along with whatever the hell we're being fed, whatever the hell we're being told, and all of that stuff. And as a people, we got to do better, because they continuously do this because they want us to feel like we don't have these opportunities. They want us to feel like we're not good enough for these opportunities, whenever that's not the case. We are
Right.
more than capable and more than resilient. And that shows throughout our history, no matter what they've thrown at us, no matter what they've tried to do, all of that stuff. Even whenever we had Black Wall Street, they ain't like that shit because we
Yeah.
was getting together. They ain't like
Yeah.
that shit. They came and burned all of that shit down, destroyed all of the people, because what did they try to utilize for us? They try to utilize fear. They try to utilize violence. They try to utilize all of that shit, because it's like, oh, I don't want to do that because I ain't trying to get messed up, and this, that, and the third. So they want to try to keep you in your place, or the place that they feel like is supposed to be your place, whenever that's not even really your place for real.
Exactly. They try to make you brainwash you to think that this is where you belong, or this is who you are, this is what it's going to be of you, this is the only options you have, when everybody is technically a human, so everybody has the technically same options as every human that is applied in this world. Everything that a human can do, everybody can do. It's just up to your choice if you want to apply yourself to do that. And that's the things that they don't show. I mean, once people identify with who they are and themselves, then they will be able to tackle understanding exactly what it is that you are doing and how you're doing what you're doing, and if it's really what you're doing, or are you being you're only doing this because you was told to do it. You know what I'm saying? And once people start realizing that, that's when shit's gonna try to change. Speaking on that though, do you ever feel like Black people will ever get justice for the things that we encountered all these years, for 400 and some years? You know what I'm saying? And that they just think that they just gave us rights and let us live by. But technically, and they get mad that we speak about slavery, and we get upset when they call us as N-word and stuff. But they have to realize that and y'all just did something to just ease us by. Y'all did not give us justice on what happened all those years, all those times that you had all my ancestors working for fucking free, and you were just supplying them the bullshit in life. You know what I'm saying? You was not giving them money in their pockets. You wasn't helping them do nothing. That all that money that you making until still to this day, all that cotton that they used to make all these clothes that we have, all these companies that have made all this money, and now they are big ass companies. Do you ever feel like they're going to justify the situation of what they did?
No, I don't feel like we'll ever really fully get justice. Even whenever, I believe it was California that was starting to pay out reparations. Like,
Mm-hmm.
if you could verify that you were from African descent and some other bullshit, I don't feel like that we would ever fully get justice. But even if we did start getting reparations, I feel like I had a conversation with Ugly Money Nietzsche about this one time. I feel like it should be certain criteria that has to be met, because even if we get reparations, if your mindset isn't in place, you ain't finna do nothing but do a whole bunch of the same shit and fuck yourself up and ruin your community even more because you out here fucking bullshitting because now you done got all this money. Because
and it keeps coming. You know it's gonna keep coming, right?
exactly. What do we do whenever we get a whole bunch of money? For the first time, you ain't never seen this much money and all of that shit. What do? Go out and buy a bunch of shit and ball
That you
out.
don't need.
Exactly. Ball out and all of that stuff. So it's like it's a matter of, it's got to be something in place to be able to help us to shift our mindset, not just us within ourselves. Like, it's good to be in a place where you're shifting your mindset, you're surrounding yourself with people that have shifted their mindset and they're thinking better and different things like that. But it also needs to be something in place to help the people as a whole to break out of that. But then also you have some people that are just so conditioned by their environment, that are so conditioned by this thing, that they are basically in their mind, it's like, shit, I don't know nothing else. I
Yeah.
don't know. I can't.
And they don't want to know nothing else at that.
Right,
I mean, it's like I'm fine with where I'm at. Shit.
exactly. Like, I'm good. Like, they don't got no goals. They don't got no aspirations. They don't give a damn. They just like, shit, as long as I can live, feed my family, I'm straight.
Yeah.
Like, you don't want no more out of life? I
And
don't.
that's why I feel like Black Lives Matter needs to come into play with that, because I mean I get it. They were here, you know what I'm saying? They did the stuff for when the black people were getting beat up by police and stuff for police brutality, but it goes way deeper than just that. You know what I'm saying? Black people killing each other, black people not getting a proper education, black people not having a great supplies, black people still in poverty. When are they going to set up these movements also to just help us help up how about have a place where if you're black, you can guarantee the job if you come here and get a job. We know we're gonna hire you because we know that it's a lower rate of unemployment for black people. You know what I'm saying, why not apply your power to the right situations? You know what I'm saying? That's why I had a whole episode when I did speak on the Black Lives Matter, and I kind of cussed their ass out because it's like, first of all, I mean, I get that y'all have y'all little establishments and y'all have y'all little things that y'all do, but I feel like y'all just did that for publicity. You know what I'm saying? To become a big business. You know what I'm saying? Okay, let's do Black Lives Matter and make this something remarkable. But then after everything dies down, then y'all just gonna have this corporation and y'all getting these donations and stuff like that, and y'all not really going back. Why is these communities don't have anything where we can be teaching children how to save money and how to produce themselves? Why don't we have anything to help the black people get out of this brainwash of the situation of slavery? Why don't we have anything that can motivate anybody to do something for these people not to sell drugs? You know what I'm saying? Why? Because I mean, a lot of people go to selling drugs because it's hard out here to get a job, and you got all these people, you got all these black-owned companies who still don't want to hire black people. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, if you be honest, black lives technically don't matter in a lot of black people's eyes.
I feel like it's a matter of starting with, it'll just have to start with one city, one place, one initiative at a time to create somewhat of a center to be able to, for people to come and educate and different things like that. Like, I think it would have to start definitely with the youth, because the youth are more able to take hold of new concepts
Yeah,
and everything like that, versus the people that already got their
set in their
mind.
ways.
It doesn't mean that they can't come in and be able to learn and educate themselves and different stuff like that. But
Mhm.
at the end of the day, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. No matter how much
Exactly.
you want them to do better, different things like that. Like, you can't make nobody do shit, period.
Right.
They don't
Yeah.
want it. Because you could give them all of the resources, you can give them all the tools, and they'll still be, oh, I'm straight. That's just like one of my friends. They got their baby mama all of the stuff that they needed, that she needed for doing makeup and everything. and she really could be a makeup artist making money doing makeup, but she just want to go work a couple of hours to show that she working a couple of hours so she can get the government benefit and just do her makeup for her and her friends. Like, that's what it's like. It's so crazy. Like, a lot of times our people just work so backwards, and that comes with conditioning through the lineage, through the family bloodline and everything like that. But I feel like it's gonna have to start with creating these initiatives and these systems to even just create a program to be able to start going to one school and start teaching the youth there, to show them how to make shifts in their mindset, to show them the power of saving, to show them how to utilize their credit, the importance of life insurance, different things like that, because those are a lot of key concepts that aren't being taught in school. And it's not by mistake, it's on purpose.
Yeah, of course. Because they know that the right people are going to apply it to their children because they've been doing it, and the wrong people, the people who ain't going to apply it, they going to just not keep applying it. I was just explaining on parenting, my parenting episode, about that, about telling your children stuff to build them and be ready for what they're about to come to when they're growing up. Like, that's basically a goal. I mean, honestly, and I feel like in a lot of the Black communities, the kids don't get enough justice for what they're learning. I mean, honestly, I feel like all they see is twerking, and the grandparents and the mothers now on and TikTok is the only thing they putting these people in the screens and stuff, and they're not really establishing any type of realness. So I mean, if the communities could come together and do stuff, and I'm going to be looking at communities that are doing stuff like that, and I'm definitely going to be shouting them out, because I feel like that's one thing that I definitely do. Black History Month is coming up, you know what I'm saying? So I definitely want to be looking into Black businesses and promoting people on the shows that's coming in February, because I mean, it's we have to realize that if we're not going to do it, nobody's going to do it for us. You know what I'm saying? We have to come together as a union eventually. You know what I'm saying? We will. I feel like the way of getting justice, because I mean, you think about it, like I said, all this tax money that we paying, hell, we ain't got to get restitution. Just why the fuck are we paying taxes? Can we get at least 7 years of not having to pay y'all any taxes, and we get to be exempt and still get to do our taxes, because of the fact that y'all have took so many of our people. Y'all have treated us so wrong for so long. Y'all have took all our money. Y'all have disturbed all our success and what we built up, and now we're finally in an era where we can make a stance and do something about it. But still, y'all need to act. Y'all need to act for that, because I mean, I feel like if I killed somebody 8 years ago and y'all found out about it, I still get that charge like if I killed them today. So therefore, I feel like if that's the case, why can't we go back to all them 400 years and run up all these people and go up their bloodline and see what companies are still making money off of our ancestry, who got to that point because of our ancestry, and they should be able to get sued. They should be being sued right now. They should be able to have to filter out some of that money to go back to the Black communities. You don't got to go all into our pockets, but go back to our communities. Do something that shows that you're going to build us up, because you tore us down for so many years.
I feel like even with the initiatives in the community, like, you got your Boys and Girls Club and stuff like that. And you got the food stuff and stuff like that. But even whenever I went to those places, it feel like poverty.
Mm-hmm.
Who want to be around stuff that feel like poverty? Why? Like, I understand. I appreciate the initiative. Don't get me wrong. I appreciate the initiative, all of that stuff. But we need more stuff that don't feel like poverty, because you
Yeah.
continuously putting stuff that feel like poverty, you just making people feel even worse and wanting to put people in more poverty. And that's just dumb. Like, I feel like it'll have to be a space where it starts, like, it might just be like one program, one thing, one initiative, where either it goes into the school system or it be something somewhere for people to be able to come to. Like, one of my things is, like, once I have all my money and I'm established and I got all my stuff together, one of my things that I do want to do is be able to have a black nation have a black nation where people that have the mindset and they're ready to be able to be liberated, to be able to start the process of being able to be liberated, because there's a way for us to be able to basically cash in on ourselves and everything that has been taken from us and used and leveraged for us. But it's so once you start taking those steps, then you're basically separating yourself from the US. So you're separating yourself from the government. So you can't call 911, you can't call the ambulance, you got to have all of your stuff and your systems in place. And like that's something that's at like the top tier of the things that I want to be able to do, because with that you got to create your own military system, you got to create all type of shit. So that's one of the things that I want to be able to do, like as a top tier thing. But I feel like it's gonna start with one initiative at a time, and really going out and speaking to people. And also not just that, but it's gonna have to be something where it's different systems in place, a system for the youth, a system for the parents, different things like that. Because if the parents aren't supporting these kids and showing these kids these different stuff and helping these kids to be able to elevate their mindset and everything like that, you're just basically conditioning them to be the same fucking way as it's always been. So then that's why the cycle continues.
Right. Okay. I mean, this is a deep dive. We could talk about this for hours. But I do have to also bring in before the in the show, because this is I unite everybody. Justice on the rainbow community, and also justice on the straight community, because people I feel like people get that screwed. They feel like, okay, as the rainbow community, we have our rights and we doing this stuff. But I also feel like it needs to be understood that just because you're trying to make a right, you should not be able to take the right away from another person because of your right. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I feel like a lot of these things that the people are applying and how they be going on to the straight community have their own rights too. They have their own goals and their own ambitions that they have to apply to themselves too. You cannot make a person take away who they are just because you want somebody to accept you. I get that. And I understand the mindset, but it's some type of justice that needs to be there to make even slate. I mean, because right now it's starting to get overwhelming. Number one, even me being in the bisexual community, it's getting overwhelming. And I feel like bisexual people, we haven't even started fighting for our rights yet. And it's like, it's already too much. You know what I'm saying? We haven't even went out here and actually started standing and walking and making moves of stuff that applies to bisexual people. We only been standing for what happens, what's going on with everybody else. Bisexual people like both sexes. We can't get married to both sexes, but we did support the fact that we have hetero marriage and we also have homosexual marriage. We don't have bisexual marriage. It's not a thing. It's not something that we do have. And another way of going around, it's like these people want us to apply. Like, I feel like even with the trans community, even though I speak lightly on this and I respect every community when I say these things, as just at the day I am the fence. I definitely look at both sides of the situation. I don't just go off of picking a side. I don't want to pick a side. I am the person that is going to identify with both sides. With the trans community, they want to have their own bathroom and stuff like that. I feel like, now, I had a question. I had a conversation with somebody. If you say that this is what you are and this is your mindset makes you feel like your body needs to be alterated to be something else because of that. That is fine and that's cool. But because your mindset says that you are this gender and your mindset says you are this gender, why do you need your own bathroom? Because if that's the case, why can't a bisexual people get their own bathroom where men and women can be in the bathroom together? If that's the case, why can't why does the gays get to go in the bathroom with the straights?
I feel like your sexual orientation is your sexual orientation. Period.
Exactly.
Because I'm bisexual as well. But I feel like your sexual orientation is just your sexual orientation, regardless. It doesn't have to do, I don't feel like it's a necessary, whenever it comes to rights, I feel like the most rights is just that right to be able to marry, have same. That's really it that needed to be added for real. That's why I feel like, because at the end of the day, everything else, it's not like just because you're bi or you're trans or something like that, you lose your right to vote or you don't have freedom of speech.
Exactly. Right.
Have this and that and the third. Like, no, we still have all of our
the
rights
human rights
as human beings. Like, we still have all of our rights. And I feel like sexual orientation has nothing to do with that. Sexual orientation, I feel like everybody just needs to learn to respect each other as a whole, regardless. Because it doesn't fucking matter whether you're trans, pansexual, asexual, whatever the fuck you are. That ain't none of my business in the first place, as long as you're shit on me. Like, it becomes a problem whenever you're wanting to try to push your shit on me, like, oh, I'm supposed to just sit through this or whatever. Like, no, that becomes a problem then. And then whenever it comes to the bathroom situation, I feel like, fuck it. What the fuck? Like, go to the damn bathroom. Like, because
right.
like, honestly, because
Shit, I've used the woman's bathroom before. Shit, yeah.
Because it's like, if you want to have a strategic bathroom that is labeled for trans or LGBT, I feel like that opens the door for a bunch of bullshit. That opens for a bunch of bullshit, because now you got, those people that really fucking hate that community and shit like that, they're gonna be
bathrooms
areas, and you're just putting a huge fucking target on your back for that shit. And it's just like, I feel like if you feel that you're a man that identifies as a woman, you have went through the processes and everything like that, okay, go use the ladies' restroom. Ain't nobody sitting up here to be like, hey, well, what's your sexual orientation? Ain't nobody checking for you at the door. Ain't nobody doing none of that shit. Just go to the fucking bathroom. I actually walked into a bathroom one time with my son at Walmart, and I wasn't even paying attention. I seen stuff. I'm like, that's weird. They got this stuff in here. And then I just went and used the bathroom, and I came out, and it was this guy and his son, and I was like, oh.
I'm in the man's bathroom.
I was like, oh my God. I was like, we live in a crazy fucking world that ain't nobody gonna fucking stop you from going in the wrong fucking bathroom because they won't want to offend you. Because everybody be so fucking offended by every fucking thing.
Oh,
it's not that deep.
Gosh. Lord have mercy. I hate the sensitivity that they, but that's it's the enabling of people taking away, and I feel like that also takes away the rights. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, we have a comment. Hey. I feel like it takes away the rights. I mean, I feel like it takes away the rights of being a human. Like, end of the day, we have the freedom of speech. We can say what the fuck we want to say. If you are getting offended about anything that somebody just said, you have the right to be upset. But that doesn't mean I don't have the right to say it. You feel me? I can still say this. I can say this, and you can only just tell me with your freedom of speech that you are offended by it, and this is something that you don't like, and you can't get mad if I don't apply it to you. You know what I'm saying? All you do is just know that you don't need to bother with me. And I feel like a lot of people take that away when they keep on talking about the sensitivity stuff. Oh, you can't do this. You can't say this. Why would you build something that you know could be that way? Yeah, it's like same thing. Like, oh, you can't do drugs, but I'm gonna give it to you. Like that, it doesn't make sense. Like you know, you're not gonna keep on trying to take over stuff. I feel like you said, when stuff starts to affect what I have to give a fuck, then that should not be applied. Like, why the fuck does it matter if I give a fuck? Like, why does it matter if I give a fuck? I don't care. I mean, I've walked into the women's bathroom before and used the restroom because the men's bathroom was full, and I'm like, shit, I gotta pee. Okay, I'm about to go into the women's bathroom, and then at the day, you don't have to change nothing in no bathroom. It's not like it's a special stall that you're gonna get because you got them a rainbow community. I mean, you use the same toilet as everybody else, and in the toilet is able to be utilized for men and women. So therefore, it should be no separations of anything. I mean, unless you're talking about a handicap bathroom in every place, you know what I'm saying, to stop. But still, even then, just put a handicap stall in the bathroom. I mean, if that's the case, I mean, I don't get it. Like, I mean, I do feel like when it comes to bathrooms, and I was speaking of this, bathrooms should be alterated for all situations. I know a lot of times they do the female bathroom a certain type of way, and they do the male's bathroom a certain type of way. I feel like it should be alterated. I mean, the stalls wise, of course, we stand up to pee. I get that, you know what I'm saying? The women don't, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like if you are identifying as a woman, not to pretend you're not standing up to pee. I mean, regardless. I mean, you're not. I mean, and if you are, kudos to you. You could also do that in the stall. You know what I'm saying? So going to a woman's bathroom because you identify as a woman is not an issue. I mean, I don't see it being an issue. I feel like it should not be an issue until it is an issue.
Right. I feel like people just want to be so oversensitive about everything whenever it's not even that deep, bro. Like we
Yeah.
got other shit to be worried about than this shit. Like
Yeah.
it's and I watched this documentary that was talking about like the trans initiative, how people were having secret meetings at school,
Mm-hmm.
how people were like the therapists were pushing the initiative with the parents, like, would you rather have an alive son or a dead daughter, and different things like that, these basically forcing a bridge between the parents and the children, and then starting putting the children, like, even so much so as taking the kids. It was this one story where the kid had got taken out of the mama household, put in the system, and then they went through the, like, started going through the what's that stuff, the transition and stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
then they ended up committing suicide. I
Yeah.
feel
Because taking those hormones and stuff is not, I mean, that shit mess with your mental. First of all, you gotta think about it. Think about you knowing yourself like this for your whole life, and then all of a sudden you start seeing your body's changing, your body's doing different things, your emotions is in heightening or getting and decreased. It's different things that's happening on different scales because of course you have the transitioning to be a man and transitioning to be a woman, and these are things that's going to mess with you. So for a child, for you to go and try to say a child is okay to do that, I don't. That's one of the rights out of the rainbow community that I'm just never going to agree with. I feel like children should not be worried about sexuality. Point blank period. And even though they say trans is a part of the community, if you think about it, it is a diverse thing of the community, but technically everything else is actual sexuality. You know what I'm saying? Like the lesbians is the same thing as the gays. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Bisexual is being sexual to both partners. When it comes to all the other ones, honestly, it's not a sexuality. You know what I'm saying? Besides asexual, that's a sexuality that they added in there.
Right. I agree. I feel like when in regards to that, whenever it comes to whenever it comes to children, for one, children are still growing. Children's minds are still growing. So you can't allow a child to make that life-changing decision or put them through that life-changing decision. I don't feel like that should be allowed at all, period, point blank. Because at the end of the day, it could just be a phase. Like
Yeah.
she she dated a girl for a little while. Her dad went off a fucking cliff because he was like, no, this and the third, blah blah blah. I'm like, shit, all right. But I mean, I feel like, but now she's back dating boys. And it's just like, as kids, as they're growing and they're developing, it could just be a fucking phase. And now you're changing their whole fucking life based on a fucking phase that they're going through, versus allowing them to be able to grow and then get to an adult place with an adult mindset and then being able to consciously make that decision.
Right. And that's another thing. Like honestly, I feel like as a kid, to say, oh, I feel some type of way. I understand that. And what kids need to realize is not that we're trying to say that you can't be or you won't be this when you get older. But like you said, you're a child. You don't know. You need to identify with what that is first before you decide to do that. Especially when it comes to transitioning. No, if I had a child who wanted to transition, okay, I can accept that. But we're going to go through the process of you understanding what that's going to do to you and what's going on. And then when you're able to make that decision on your own, you're more than welcome to go do that. But why you are not able to make that decision, I don't feel like any parent should be signing off for that, because first of all, that is a difficult thing to get. It takes time to get used to that. You know what I'm saying? It takes time for people, even though I know people who have went through these changes and stuff. It's still taking time for them to do that, even when they're being fully transitioned. It still took them time to get their stuff together, and then it takes years before you look like the person that you want to look like. So therefore, it's not like you just go get this transformation and all of a sudden, boom, I look like what I want to look like. You have to go through all these steps and procedures. At certain time, you have to go through a certain amount of hormones before you can just do any type of operation like that. And those hormones, it causes mental damage. I know people. I know. I have a friend who uh she had a trans man, and once they got done with their fully transitioning, they killed themselves because it was a lot. It was a lot to bear. And you have to think about that. Like, now I look in the mirror and I know what I look like, and I don't look like that no more. You know what I'm saying? And now, after doing that, I can't go back to looking like how I want to look. Because what if you do your transition and you don't look like how you thought you were gonna look?
Right.
And you have to go get plastic surgery and all this stuff a day. Now you see that you're gonna have to cost more money, and cost more money for you to do what you got to do. That's
Exactly.
crazy.
Exactly. I definitely don't feel it's a decision that a child should be making, or it should even be a decision or any type of surgery that a child should be able to have, because that's bullshit. Because their mind is still growing. They can at any point change their mind. And that's what a lot of them, because they're starting to take, like you said, all of these hormones, all of these things that causes chemical imbalances in your brain and different stuff like that. Instead of
Exactly.
getting them a therapist, getting them somebody they could consistently talk to and share with in
So should
regards
I be on Facebook? Should I be here?
to being
Yeah,
open
you
about
could have been on here. It's fine.
then
I'm sorry.
right.
I see you got both.
Yeah. So basically, what it is because I got somebody who just joined in. I got hey Miki, she joined in on Instagram. So I go live on Instagram. I'm gonna go live on Instagram to do behind the scenes, so yeah, everybody can see me personally and talk to me personally on what's name, and then it goes and it feeds into the videos when I'm going live streaming on all the other platforms. That I tried to go live on Instagram on here, but I had to do too much, so I said I'm just gonna do behind the scenes so people can see this is just I'm just a natural person, you know what I'm saying? I'm normal just like everybody else, and we do our live. What we're talking about right now is basically the justice behind the rainbow community, and then also justice around the straight community. And we're just elaborating more on some of the rights that they're trying to apply. You know what I'm saying? Like children being able to
Transition.
consider themselves already as something that has to apply to sex, and y'all shouldn't even be having sex. So, what do you feel about that?
That's what they do. I feel like that's what everybody just want to do. I mean, excuse my language. Have sex because it is so overrated, and that's all everybody wants to talk about it. And I feel like the way these kids are raised now is if they don't have sex, they ain't cool, they ain't a part of something, nobody likes them, or they being bullied. So of course,
Yeah.
I have a big problem with that.
Yeah. 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 I mean, honestly, and then just to even elaborate on that, I mean, sex is the biggest thing now. Cartoons, they have it in there now. You know what I'm saying?
Roblox, video games.
Yeah, video games, all the stuff. All this stuff, they are applying the stuff that kids are able to access and use live. And now it's up for parents to have to have more of a job to dictate the shit that they're trying to brainwash into these kids. I mean, the dances that they do. I mean, all that stuff. Back in the days, they used to have to show an ankle, and that was a sex appeal. You know what I'm saying? You show an ankle, and people wanted you, and people respected your body. And now you got people walking around with a damn shoestring around their whole body, and that's an outfit. You know what I'm saying? So it's a whole thing about how they applying it and how they changing stuff. And I feel like it's a crime to me. I feel like it's a crime that they're able to apply that stuff to children. I mean, I feel like it's kind of like a molesting a child. Like, why are you putting this stuff in this child's mind? Why does a child need to know this at a young age? Yeah, they just found the easier way to do it, a smarter way to do it.
Right. I feel like that's where it comes in. It comes into play to parents
But
actually.
that's why you can't get mad at the pedophiles, because you have parents that's allowing their little kids to dress the way they dress. So how you gonna get mad at a grown man if you looking at a kid like that when you let your child walk out the house like that?
Yeah.
Right. It falls on the parent. It falls on the parent. It falls on the parent.
It always falls on the parent.
Because if the parent isn't having those conversations with their child and different stuff like that, you're just leaving it up to everybody else to be able to influence and weigh in with your child.
Parent to, yeah, and that's what social media is. It's a parent to all these females, all these men, and think it's okay. Social media is raising our kids.
Say that again, please. Okay?
Social media is raising your kids. I don't even care if you're old enough or you young. Even as a grown ass man, it's the same thing. A grown ass woman. If you don't, I bet you there's a day that nobody will not go out. Like there's a whole day that you can't go a whole day without looking on social media. I don't care if it's Facebook. I don't care if it's Twitter. I don't care what it is.
I feel like I've been wanting to say justice for social media is we should have one day of the year, just like how we have daylight savings. Well, we have our mental savings where you can't get on the internet. You can't utilize any type of technology. Like a day of no technology. Go outside. Go play. Talk to your people that's in the house.
What's so crazy? I was at work on Christmas Day, and you know back in the day when we was kids and we got our new bikes and new presents, we outside showing our outfits.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, I don't see nobody outside showing.
Kids don't go outside no more. It's not a thing. It's not a thing.
Force your kids to go outside.
Yeah. I feel like you do. Take that ass outside. Go outside and go get a bruise or something. But a lot of parents be trying to be overprotective of their kids, but then the way that they go by it is making their kids unprotected. Because if how you gonna be overprotected about the child going somewhere to go play outside, but you're not even monitor what they're watching on TV. You're not even monitoring what they're watching in their phones. So now your child learning worse shit than going outside.
And if you don't force them or you don't talk to them about it,
yeah, and that's crazy though. That's crazy. Speaking on the straight justice, I feel like a lot of people need to get in their minds that I feel like it's a big thing now when people say I'm straight, and then it's a big argument about it. Like you said, so what? What the fuck they really do? If a person is identifying themselves to be in this community, let them identify themselves to be in that community. If the straight people ain't arguing with them motherfuckers, then why the fuck is everybody else arguing with them? You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's the thing that people need to get out their mind. You know what I'm saying? If a person say, "Oh no, I'm straight," and they're not disrespecting their community. I mean, if anybody, they're disrespecting the bisexual people because 9 times out of 10, that's who community you're in your line. You just ain't jumped into it.
I think people should have a group with kids, like your nieces, your nephew, my kids. Have a group, your people kids, and y'all need to ask these kids what is more important. Like, why do you have to go on social media every day? Why you got to post your business on social media?
Yeah.
Like, it's things that I do post that I be like, okay, but there's things I be like, man, nobody needs to know my business.
Right. And I mean, I feel like another thing with that is this: the rainbow community needs to realize that they gotta respect these straight people. They be posting all this, they be doing all this stuff, and trying to include themselves into stuff. But sometimes certain places and certain issues don't need to be inserted. And I just be real because just like they have gay clubs, and they have gay movements, and they have stuff like that, you don't see straight people having a straight pride. You know what I'm saying? If you think about it. They don't, you know what I'm saying? It used to be Freaknik, but Freaknik is for everybody anyway. But I mean, they don't. Straight people don't have a straight pride. Straight people don't have these organizations that's excelling the gay people. You know what I'm saying? They don't have things that say, "Oh, no gay people can come." You feel me? It's like so the gay people, the rainbow community needs to realize that they're doing that. You know what I'm saying? They're excluding out the straight people, and that's basically what they don't want the straight people to do, and it's kind of confusing. You know what I'm saying? How can you say you can't you don't see me, but then turn around and don't see them?
But that basically comes into everybody respecting each other. That comes right into everybody respecting each other. If you got, I got respect for you. I don't give a what your sexual orientation is, because I could be straight as fuck and I can show up to the gay club. What you gonna tell me I can't come in? Are you checking for sexual orientation at the door? Are you checking for sexual orientation at the
Do I gotta kiss a guy to get in here? I gotta kiss a guy to get in here.
right?
You can't tell me at the door. You
Have
can't
all respect.
program me at the
Treat
door
each
and
other
say if I'm straight or
what it
not.
comes down to.
If I'm paying my money to get in, then why are you worrying about it?
Yeah, and I mean it's the same thing with the straight club too. I mean, but I feel like now on that note, because of how
And why you don't have a damn shirt on?
You just
because I
don't try to
I
force.
started to show up.
If
He
that's
always tripping.
if they ain't gay, they ain't gay. You could try to, but shit,
Are you waiting for your
don't-
community to look at you?
First of all, I am taken.
I'd rather go to a straight club than a gay club anyway. Because most of the time, whenever you go to
You
clubs,
take it?
fucking relationships.
Well,
So
I'm
it's
single as a mingle.
fuck. What is the fucking point of me coming to this fucking club? I can't
Right.
fuck with nobody in this bitch.
Yeah, I mean, I don't understand it too, but I know sometimes straight people will go somewhere with their friends just to show support. And I know a lot of straight people have became rainbow friendly. You know what I'm saying? They like going to those environments because they like how free it is. Instead of going to a straight club, especially females, to go to a straight club and all the niggas want to slap you on your ass and want to fuck y'all every 3 seconds. At least I can go somewhere when I see and these niggas just want to dance with me. You know what I'm saying? They just want to dance and turn up, and they might still buy me drinks. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I know that they're not trying to have sex with me. So I know that for the rest, and then with guys, you know what I'm saying?
And you know what? You just did a female move with that. Because that's what a lot of females want. To go to the club and for somebody to buy their drink.
Yeah.
No.
Buy them drinks, and they can just dance and be free or not be sexualized. I get that. You know what I'm saying? But for straight guys to go to the to a gay club, it's always and that's another thing that is so biased about male and female. So like females can do this, men can't do this. You know what I'm saying? A straight guy should be able to go to the gay club and be able to enjoy himself and not feel like he tried. But at the end of the day, if he does get tried, you have to realize you're in the gay club, and if you're in the gay club,
At the club?
oh, I don't go to gay clubs no more because every time I go to the gay club, I guess because I am a guy, you know what I'm saying, and it's not like I'm not attracted to dudes, but as a day, you're not about to be just rubbing all up on my body and touching all up on me. You're not gonna be just squeezing on me and grabbing me like I'm just a motherfucking piece of meat. Like I just don't like how much lust it is in the gay club. That's why I feel like we should have a bisexual club because we don't. We really don't have. I mean, we have swinger clubs, but those are like different. It's in a different way. We don't have a club where I go there and I know that everybody understands this is a bisexual club. So therefore I can go speak to a woman and dance with her, and turn around and dance with a dude. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We can all dance together. You know what I'm saying? And we have a good time. And it's more of a community aspect of just appreciating that we are here. We are alive. We do matter. You know what I'm saying? We are in part of this community, and they have trans clubs, they have lesbian clubs, they have gay clubs. They don't have bisexual clubs for real. They have gay friendly clubs, which they call where they'll let everybody come to that club. But we don't have nothing really directly to us. You know what I'm saying? And I would love to start up a club once I get some investors into it. To have a club that is strictly and perhaps for bi people. Not saying that nobody can come to the club, but everybody's gonna know that this is a bisexual club. This club is for bisexual people. I mean,
I
hell, they
think
can even do an asexual club where motherfuckers don't want to come and have sex. It's just a club full of mirrors.
You
I
would
think
say some shit like that.
secure in their sexuality and just respecting each other. Period.
Yeah.
If you're secure in your sexuality and shit like that, then okay. If somebody come and try to talk to you and you're not interested in them, just say you're not interested in them. It's not like a personal attack on you. Like, oh my god,
People don't get that. Like people
that's
do not
Yeah,
get
and that's a
that.
respect thing. Like, I mean, okay, and I was talking to somebody about that the other day. They was like, "Well, I don't want to get on your show because I don't want nobody to try me." I said, first of all, nobody on my show is going to try you. First of all, because it's a rule on my show that we have respect for each other. Nobody's going to try you. If they do anything any necessarily, they'll probably make a joke to what you stated or something. If you open that door up, it'll probably be a joke. There's something to laugh about. They don't really mean anything about it. Everybody knows if you on my show and you say you're straight, we're going to respect that you say that you're straight, and that's what it is. Nobody should be trying you. Nobody should be DMing you and trying to get you to what's the name. And I think I had a situation with that before, trying to do something, and I guess, but they didn't want to tell me that somebody reached out and tried them. And I was like, well, I mean, at the day, you know what I'm saying? It comes with the territory. All you have to do is just let them know, hey, bro, that's not me. That's not what I want. You know, I don't do that. You know what I'm saying? And if they don't respect it after that, then you have all right to be upset. But for the initial, I hate people like who be doing all this just because somebody said, oh, you cute. What the fuck? Da, 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 da. You don't have to do all that. Just say, bro, I don't appreciate you saying that to me. Don't do that. Thank you for the compliment, but I don't appreciate you saying that to me.
Because motherfuckers be mad insecure. They ain't secure in their own sexuality. That's why the fuck they automatically.
Because 9 times out of 10, most of these straight people ain't straight anyway. And I'm gonna say it. Shit, fuck that. You know how many motherfucking bitches fucking their homegirls and shit when they going out to parties and getting drunk and shit. You know how many niggas on the down low fucking their homeboys when they girl ain't there? Like, come on, bro, we ain't stupid. Nigga, your brother, the fuck, like, you especially the niggas. I never understood this with some of the straight community. I get it with the other communities, but with straight community, why is your pants all the way down to your knees and you're around nothing but niggas? But you'll get mad if a gay guy come and say something to you. But you're advertising that you're gay in my eyes. You know what I'm saying? Because why is your pants that low? Like, I went to the gas station and this nigga a whole ass, a little sexy little light skinned nigga, fat ass booty, goddamn big print in the front, goddamn all his pants all the way down. You can see everything. I'm like, and I'm walking. I'm looking like this. I was like, what the fuck you looking at, nigga? The fuck you mean? What the fuck I'm looking? He expected I was gonna be like that. What the fuck you mean? What the fuck I'm looking at, nigga? Pull your fucking pants up, then. The fuck? Can't right. Fuck you gonna say what the fuck I'm looking at, nigga? I'm looking at you, nigga. I'm looking at that big ass booty, boy. What you mean? That big ass booty. What you talking about? Don't try me, cause nigga, I fight your ass, nigga. I ain't one of these motherfuckers out here, boy. That's why I be trying to tell you. I done seen so many gay people beat straight people up because they done turned on their ass and did some stupid ass shit. Man, you better leave these people alone, bro. Don't tease somebody. And that's like being a piece of candy around a kid. Bringing one piece of candy and sitting that bitch on the table and there's 12 kids right there. What you think they about to do? They about to tear that shit. They about to fight for that shit. They're going to fight for it because you're teasing them. You're putting it in their face. You're putting it in their face, and or putting a piece of candy, put a jar of candy and put a lock on it. You know how many kids gonna walk past? How many times them kids gonna walk past that damn candy and just be looking at that shit, knowing they can't get it?
Anytime. They gonna snatch that shit.
Okay, break that motherfucker. Pow! We everybody get it in today. For real. And I be telling people, I remember when they was talking about the hate crimes and stuff like that. I said, look, you know what? What's gonna stop it? They're gonna get mad when these gay guys come all team up and start snatching these straight boys and turn their asses out. You know what I'm saying? Instead of beating you up, they just gonna fuck the shit out you. Cause what you gonna do? You ain't gonna fight all 20 of them. But you're gonna keep on trying to beat them up and doing all this stuff because y'all jumping on these boys because y'all feel like y'all can't accept who they are. And that's only because you can't accept who you are. Because there shouldn't be no reason why you can't accept somebody for what they say they are. It should be no reason.
Right, but it's like nobody's gonna accept anybody no more. That's how I look at stuff. It's the way the world is. So why should I accept you? You don't accept yourself.
Yeah.
That's how it is. Like why everybody got lies? Why people gotta hide shit? Right? This world would be so much better if everybody was fucking honest.
Yeah. But you know that's justice in itself. When are people actually gonna be honest? Nobody's honest no more for real. I mean, that's why I love that I am honest with who I am. I state it all the time on my show. I'm a truthie. My fans are my truthies. You know what I'm saying? That's what we are. You know what I'm saying? I represent for the truth. I'm not gonna hold back. I'm not gonna say what I'm not gonna do. I don't give a fuck who watches my show. You know what I'm saying? Or how they feel about it. You know what I'm saying? Anything like that. I'm gonna always still be me because guess what? I have to be me. If I ain't gonna be me, I can't expect for everybody to come on here and have that platform to be themselves.
Right.
That's why I don't be giving them.
Like I've been on this show with no haircut. I've been on the show with no shirt on. You know what I'm saying? And it's not because I trying to appeal to an audience. It's more so that the fact that, you know, regardless of what I have to wear or what I look like, I still have a job to do. I still have to let my platform run for people to come on here and have a voice, because everybody's not trying to give you one. And I'm not looking for people who got 1,001 followers or 1,000,000 followers. I will still have. I've been asking people who got 2 followers. I just realized a lot of those people on Facebook who got like 2 or 500 followers are scammers, or, you know, people trying to sell. Why? I just have a sidebar conversation. Why is everybody trying to sell fuck videos? Like, don't send me no more pictures about no fuck. You want? I'll pay for this picture, or I'll pay for a video. Don't I look like I can just call somebody up and make my own video? I mean, don't ask me. Don't ask me that stuff no more. I'm not going to support you like that, because of the day, I don't even watch porn like that. What the fuck I look like buying a video off of something from a random ass person who ain't getting paid to do it, and the video quality and all you doing is, I don't know. It's just crazy.
I mean, you could make an OnlyFans just with, like, you see what you're doing now?
Yeah.
Just showing. Yeah, you can make money doing that because people will pay.
Well, I was been thinking about doing OnlyFans.
OnlyFans created for create be able to be more intimate with their followers. So if musician to be able to release exclusive music,
it's just porn on the online. That's all it is.
But they just
everything on OnlyFans is not about sex. I mean, people just made it.
I know that people want to show their feet. People, I know that. It's
because technically, this show that I do, it'll be nice for me to have an OnlyFans where I could be like I'm doing with Instagram, going live with them, and they just seeing the intimacy of me. You know what I'm saying? Seeing my whole reaction, what I'm doing, you know, all my movements of how I conduct my shows. That would be cool to do OnlyFans. You know what now?
I'm saying you could do that. They transitioning. OnlyFans has been slowly transitioning back to what it was originally created for.
Mm-hmm. A fan base platform for people who idolize a person and want to see what they going on. I mean, you know, I did think about being a little naughty on OnlyFans at one point in time, because I'm like, shit, you know. But I mean, I'm like, but because I love myself, I love touching on myself and all stuff like that, and, you know, just loving me. So I feel like that would be what I would be doing. I mean, I'm not gonna add nobody else in there. I'm not having sex with nobody on the what's the name. You gotta have to pay some dollars to see some shit like that, because I am a freaky boy. I don't want to be showing everybody how. I think that right there, I just feel like it gives me value. It gives me value because you don't know what you're going to get yourself into
on your shows, because you see where you go. You see where you go. Like, our conversations are for our conversations sometimes.
Well, but this is all my friends. You know, I talk about stuff, and I mean,
it's respect.
Yeah, you know, and honestly, when I speak,
sometimes I don't say what I say. Sometimes I keep it to myself.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, I get that though. But I mean, why stop being or saying what you have to say because of what a person else or another person else might feel and stuff? Basically, is you're not getting justice of yourself. Because I feel like justice for yourself is being who you are. That's your justice. I mean, nobody can stop you. Nobody can tell you what to say. Nobody can tell you how to move. Nobody can tell you how to blink. Nobody can tell you or how to move your head. You can do this over here if you want to. Everybody can just do it whenever they want to. You can say stop as much as you want to, and I don't have to. You know what I'm saying? So those are the things that I feel like people need to cherish more about their lives. The fact that you are who you are, and regardless of anything, that's never going to change.
Right.
And that's your justice against this world. Like, bitch, you can't stop me. this is me, and it's not a crime to be yourself. Y'all, I kind of tied that in. I thank y'all so much for getting on this show, and I ran 30 minutes into it. This was a great conversation. How's your show going? You want to tell people about your show? Because you definitely, I definitely was loving it when I got a chance to go back and look at them.
My show is going good. I'm on there every Wednesday, most of the time every Wednesday, with people that have a story to tell, that have a business, different stuff like that. That's what I created the platform for people that have some motion, whether they're up and coming or whether they're established, to just be able to come on and tell their story, talk about their journey, different things like that, to be able to, because you're able to learn something from everybody's story. So it's going good. Right now I got, like, my bookings are rolling as far as for 2024, but definitely looking to grow it more, because I want it to be like along the same lines as Jay Shetty and different things like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's going good though.
Good. I know I was looking at it, I was like, oh my God, I love the setup and everything. And then she be looking so cute, y'all. I'm just she be over there, she be doing them looks, y'all, okay? And if you don't know, what? She be doing them looks. She definitely be slaying these bitches all day, you know what I'm saying? And the fact that she represents the bisexual community, definitely. And I definitely shut you out. Everybody, please go check out Boss Talk. It's definitely, like she said, every Wednesday. Go and see it, please, please, please. It's like 8 o'clock every time.
Yeah, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time every Wednesday.
Yes, please go check it out. Please check it out. She's in the comments on YouTube. So if you're on YouTube, please go look at it. You can find her at I Am Away. Please. Matter of fact, I'm about to show y'all, so y'all know what the picture look like and everything. You feel me? Go check her out. You know what I'm saying? Get her up there. You know what I'm saying? We all here, we work together, and this are nothing but love, you know what I'm saying? And everybody is supporting everybody, you know what I'm saying? That's how it works over here on this side. And I thank you for getting on this show. You too, sidebar over here, finally jumping on the show. Talk about you scared to get on the show because what we talk about.
Yeah. Thanks for putting me on some guy. But I'm about to slide up.
Yes, I'm definitely about to what's saying. I always end it off with the intro. I'm with the outro. Let me go on here and get my music on.
Know that you are my friend. We can be the best even at bad times. I miss you. You miss me. Oh my gosh. All my friends. All my friends. All my friends. Yeah. All my friends. All my friends. Yeah. I miss you. You miss me. Oh my gosh. All my friends.
Please come check us out. Subscribe.
I know that you are my friend. We can be the best even at bad times. I miss you. You miss me. Oh my gosh. All my friends.
Love your next neighbor.
All my friends. All my friends. Yeah. All my friends. All my friends. Yeah. I miss you. You miss me. Oh my gosh. All my friends.
So please come out and do that.
I know that you are my friend. We can be the best even at bad times. I miss you. You miss me. Oh my gosh. All my friends. All my friends. All my friends. Yeah. All my friends. All my friends. Yeah. I miss you. You miss me. Oh my gosh. All my friends.
Hey. Hey.
I know that you are my friend. We can be the best even at bad times. I miss you. You miss me. Oh my gosh. All my friends. All my friends. All my friends. Yeah. All my friends. All my friends. Yeah. I miss you. You miss me. Oh my gosh. All my friends. I know that you are my friend. We can be the best even at bad times. I miss you. You miss me. Oh my gosh. All my friends. All my friends. All my friends. Yeah. All my friends. All my friends. Yeah.